Only thing that matters. Introducing 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from Simply Safe Home Security. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe.
Give us your hot take.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
On the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Be part of the conversation. 641-1010.
Introducing an exciting update from DuckDuckRooter. Mia here and my friends at DuckDuck are thrilled to expand on their already long line of home and business services with the launch of DuckDuck Air Conditioning. As a licensed mechanical contractor, the skilled DuckDuck Air Conditioning team is equipped to handle any HVAC and refrigeration project you can throw at them. Folks, it is hot outside. There is no reason to be hot inside. Contact DuckDuck Air Conditioning today at 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate, get the best guarantee in the window replacement business, save money on your new windows, and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Hey everybody, August is here, and you know what that means. It's the official start of Fantasy Football Drafting Month. This is Mike Dempsey, inviting you to get championship ready for your home league by trying out best ball leagues on Underdog Fantasy. All you do is one live snake draft with no waivers and no trades, and Underdog will set your best lineup every single week. Try it out with Underdog's Best Ball Mania tournament. The largest fantasy football contest of all time is back and even bigger, with $15 million of total prizes up for grabs, including an absurd $3 million going to the winner. Last year, the winner drafted their team in July, so don't wait around. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Sign up with promo code 1010XL to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code 1010XL. You must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit.
Girl, leave your boots by the bedroom, leaving his room.
August 12th, the St. Augustine Amphitheater.
Did you ever love a woman
with special guest, The Baseball Project.
What have I done to help?
Jason Isbell and the 400 Units. Buy tickets at the box office or Ticketmaster.com. Weather Vanes, out now.
Hey Jacksonville, this is 17-time PGA Tour winner Jim Furyk inviting you to join me and the legends of the PGA Tour for the 3rd annual Constellation Furyk and Friends presented by Circle K, October 2 through 8 at Timuquana Country Club. Public parking is free, along with complimentary tournament access for our military, courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Go to Ticketmaster to get your tickets today, and if you're not traveling to London, but watch the Jags this fall, join us Sunday morning in the Publix Tailgate Village to catch the game on the big screen. For more information, visit ConstellationFurykandFriends.com.
Wondering what you're going to do for dinner tonight? Southern Steer Butcher is a full-service butcher, and we grind and make sausage in-house every day.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
the station that covers the Jaguars day in and day out. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. This is 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 7, 1929, Yankee slugger Babe Ruth ties the MLB record by hitting a grand slam in consecutive games for the second time in 13-1 win over Philly.
At Hodges Mazda, we have your intuitive electrified solution, the Mazda CX-90 PHEV. Lauren Brooks here. Lease this new plug-in hybrid electric vehicle for only $599 a month. The Mazda CX-90 with third-row seating was designed as the ultimate expression of everything Mazda. Plus, all vehicle purchases come with 2 years free maintenance. That's peace of mind. Don't purchase until you shop with Hodges Mazda. Stop by today or online at HodgesMazda.com during the Season of Discovery sales event. See dealer for details. Terms and fees for Tier 1 credit only to well-qualified lessees expire September 5th, 2023.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, pretty much doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Hey, this is Jason with Bueller Air Conditioning. Why do we love to go to that awesome grocery store where shopping is a pleasure? Why do we choose that amazing chicken sandwich where the service is fast and friendly and it's always their pleasure? You see, those brands are a promise. Here at Bueller Air, our team is committed to serving the customer and delivering that same kind of brand promise. Our mission is to be the most trusted brand with friendly and professional service every single time. Give us a call today or visit BuellerAir.com.
For the past 5 years in Jacksonville, J-Dog Junk Removal has been on a mission to put veterans back to work. They have successfully helped over 40 veterans find meaningful employment, and they're not stopping there. Their goal is to reach an astounding 75 veterans employed by the year 2025, all in our local community. J-Dog Junk Removal, veteran-owned, veteran-operated.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth. Rise and shine, Cougars. Go time on a Monday morning. Whew, it'll be a hot one out there today. I feel for you 6 o'clockers loading up those trucks this morning. Need that rain the afternoon before. It kind of cools it down a little bit. You know, Saturday it was, I don't want to say cool, but at least early we got at least a hint of what could be coming. Meanwhile, the football season will heat us up, and we got more to talk about when it comes to the Jaguars, obviously. They had the open scrimmage on Saturday. I know many of you got the opportunity to get out and see parts of that. We'll hear from Trevor Lawrence coming up this hour. Couple of interesting comments, one off the field, one having to do with on the field, and you'll hear those. A lot expected of Devin Lloyd, who it certainly looks like it's going to take on more of a pass rushing role, doesn't it? They're utilizing him a little bit more off the edge, and so we will hear from the Jaguars' second-year linebacker that much is expected of.
a little later this hour as well. But as you may or may not have learned by now, another defensive end, really the last of those names that we targeted when the whole process began, is off the market. Justin Houston gets a 1-year, $7 million deal to go to the Carolina Panthers. And so that Leonard Floyd, Frank Clark, Justin Houston, I'm leaving one or two out, they're all now off the market. And the Jaguars are going to put their money where their chase on is. They have said that they like their roster. They expect it to improve. We shall see. And by the way, it still doesn't mean everything's done, but of those guys who have proven they can make a potential double-digit sack impact, those guys are gone. There are still veteran pass rushers out there who have reached or nearly reached the double digits in their career, but they don't seem like they're at the point now that you could reasonably expect that. Jaguars have clearly taken a long view of this franchise. I mean, their view goes way beyond 2023. And the fact that they haven't dipped into this veteran market may have nothing to do with who they're getting, but who they're not willing to expose. You don't want to turn, and this is not a prediction by any stretch, but you don't want to wake up in 4 years and Tyler Lacey, who you let go for a veteran pass rusher back in 2023, is now a starter and 8-sack guy somewhere else in the league, right? You don't want to wake up and Yasir Abdullah has, emerged as an edge rush playmaker. I'm not saying you can't fit in a guy like Justin Houston or another veteran and still keep those two members of your draft class, but it sure seems like the Jaguars are going to stay out of the market. If you don't want Justin Houston for the paltry 1-year sum of $7 million, I don't know what market you're waiting for, right? That's not a big sum for a guy that you would have serious sack expectations for. So it leaves us where we are. Trayvon Walker, Josh Allen, K'Lavon Chaisson up next. And the potential Devin Lloyd effect. Again, being used much more. I shouldn't say much more. Being used more, off the edge as a potential pass rusher coming from different angles. Mike Caldwell going into year 2, I would expect him to try and move the pieces around a little bit more. His chess game is now got a full 1-year experience under its belt. Mentioned Trevor spoke this weekend. I'll let you hear from him. That's coming up next segment. But in a nutshell, he comments on the quarterback documentary, and he seems to be following in line with the rest of the league when it comes to that. And he was also asked about a couple of Listen, Calvin Ridley's gotten a lot of well-earned attention. Zay Jones has flashed. Christian Kirk is who he is. So Lawrence was asked for maybe a couple under-the-radar cats that he's seen so far. And by the way, we are very early. We've seen training camp fortunes rise and fall through the years. We've seen a lot of first-week guys, afterthoughts by the time the cuts come, and vice versa. But still, you want your name coming off coming out the mouth of the quarterback, coordinator, the head coach. And there are a couple of guys who would certainly qualify as under the radar, whose names keep getting mentioned by those guys, by that group of people, by the quarterback who delivers, by the coordinator who helps call, and by the coach who is the ultimate designer. So you'll hear from Trevor who those two guys are. Well, the Team USA women, the Mean Girls, as I've called them through the years, dispatched painfully yesterday. Man, if you go through the history of replay and how it has been used and utilized, it's hard to find a closer shave than the one that cost Team USA. Hey, equal pay, equal results. Play a lot more like the men did. They get to the knockout round and are immediately knocked out into the careers of some polarizing yet very talented players who will be moving on now. I think it's the end of the dynasty and has nothing to do with the talent of particular players. It's the irony that is involved with the entire team, women's, the women's team. There's a big irony surrounding that team, the persona that they've taken on the last 6 to 8 years, and now where they stand on the world stage. They are, and I believe, will no longer be the dominant soccer program in the world. They enjoyed their empire. But see, here's what's happened, and here's where the irony creeps in. The U.S. women aren't as good as they are because of Megan Rapinoe or any of the others that have come. You know why the U.S. women's soccer team is as dominant, has been as dominant as they are? It's because of my generation of parents who refused to stand by while the boys played Little League and we didn't make softball for the girls, who didn't like going to the soccer field and putting our girls with the boys. No, if the boys are going to have a rec league, the girls are going to have a rec league. If Upward Basketball is going to offer 6 and under boys, they're going to offer 6 and under girls. We did that. We made those demands. We put in the time and the effort to make sure on the amateur basis, growing up as kids, that they had the same opportunity to play sports as the boys did. Somewhere along the line, that got lost. And this particular team, the U.S. women's national team, took on the symbol of it wasn't all of that work and sacrifice and groundwork and the tremendous opportunity that this country, and more specifically on the ground, parents of my generation and a little older, no. They took all the credit as if they had done it. And in the process, in some cases, not all, but some, trashed the country of opportunity that put them in the place that they are, the level of equality that they were given, that we demanded so that they could hone their craft and get as good as they could in anything that they wanted to do in life, in this case, sports. And somewhere that line got blurred, and it got blurred ugly, right? With a almost petulance of, bleep you, this is us. And it wasn't appreciated by a lot of people. And it doesn't have to be politicized. The sports reality is that's no longer the case. The U.S. led the world when it came to equal opportunity for girls in sports and in a lot of other ways. All right? And now the rest of the world, guess what? The little girls in Sweden get to play soccer now. So when it comes time to match up with the bigger, bolder, ultra-successful USA, they are not going to be at the disadvantage that they were at for the growth of women's sports, a growth that is attributed, by the way, gang, from a sports perspective, exclusively to this country that we constantly scream is unfair. So I'll just keep it from a sports perspective. I'll try and keep the sports discourse civil. I know I've been a part of the uncivil mob at times. But yesterday's loss in penalty kicks and how it transpired, I think more than anything, it just speaks to, well, that's it for just expecting Team USA women's soccer to roll into World Cups and Olympics and roll out with trophies. Because due to our demand that girls get to play too, the rest of the world has caught on to that idea and now is not at the big deficit that they were at one point. And so with that, there'll be a big changing of the guard when it comes to the people and personalities. Obviously, Megan Rapinoe, regardless of what you feel about her stances, is one of the best women's players of all time. It didn't end that way. She shanked a penalty shot yesterday. It was a big reason, a penalty kick, I should say, is a big reason why they lost. She owned her with, there's some dark humor, and that's my last kick. But the world in women's sports, this is going to catch up with us. You're going to have to do it on want to and hard work, an overabundance of talent and more than anything, development that we've been able to give our girls here for decades now. That part of the equation is going to get equaled out, and I think we're seeing it. I mean, really? The round of 16 gone? They scored, 3 goals in 4 games, basically? So there's that. My soccer fascination remains with this Messi dude. He did it again yesterday. Understand, the team he joined was like the worst team in MLS, or certainly one of them. They're not playing the MLS season right now. They're doing some sort of Leagues Cup with other I believe it's the Mexican League, their pro teams, the MLS teams here. And now 4-0 with Messi, and he did it again yesterday. He had 2 more goals. He also scored in an extra time, a penalty kick. His Miami team wins. Dude's got 7 goals in 4 games. It's fascinating to watch. It just goes to show the difference, man. The difference in the way the men's sport is played worldwide. Why the best Americans don't play MLS. They go and test and challenge themselves at those upper divisions. And Messi is just making child's play of these lower level and division teams. Holy shark. That wasn't much of a contest on Saturday night, huh? E.T. rocking down at the arena. Your Sharks won like 100-0.
Easy, lightweight.
Hey, Orlando, get that weak Shark out of here. Get out of here. Go on, run off to your next league that will fold and fail, and we're going to win us a title coming up this Saturday night in the Shark Tank. Info how you can get tickets for the championship. I'm assuming Carolina won?
Yeah, Carolina.
So it'll be Carolina, who the Sharks ended the regular season with a loss. Carolina, and we'll get Jason Gibson's perspective on this when he joins us in the 9 o'clock hour or around 9 o'clock. Carolina's the second best team in the league. Sharks are the best team. Carolina's the second best team, and you better, whenever you're playing second best, you better be careful. Sports has taught us that. But what a great opportunity, and another night to fill the tank. Another paycheck for my man in there, E.T.
Oh, yes, sir.
MC's the Sharks to a championship. Are you going to get a ring? I suppose you will.
Oh, yeah, I better
That'd be
get
nice.
a ring.
Yeah, good for you. Well, Carolina coming up this weekend. We'll have more on that a little bit later as, we give due and proper to your Jacksonville Sharks. Wow. What a hit Guggen Golf Day was.
Whoa.
No, we haven't played it yet. Don't get me wrong. I'm about to make an announcement that needs to be heated awful quick if you want to be a part of it. So we open it up Friday morning, 72 spots. We're recommending you sign up as a twosome, as a foursome. The idea is we're going to play two-man scramble. It'll be $20 in a piece there to go into the skins pot. We're not making you do that. If you want to come out and play your own ball, okay, but we would suggest that we all for one for all. So you can sign up as a 2 or 4. Some people will sign up on their own, and we'll pair them up. But 72 spots were available when we opened it up. Gosh, it wasn't until about 8:30 maybe Friday morning. As I sit here at 6:18 on a Monday, 4 spots left.
4 of them.
4. Yeah, 68 gone. 4 left. You go to the Jointon Creek. By the way, they will be gone by the time I return from break, now that I've said this. You go to the Jointon Creek Golf website. You go to their tee time tab. You go to August 14th, next Monday, and there is one little tee time with 4 available players still left for that 10 o'clock block that we completely X'd out. We're going to do a shotgun start after the show. We're going to do the show live at the golf course next Monday morning. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a big time is what we're going to do.
Oh, we're going to have a blast.
We're going to be big stepping. We're going to play golf. We're going to hang out. They're going to feed us. Maybe have a cold one or two, designated driver. Or you can be like me. You can walk home. And so we're going to have a good time. But, yeah, after the weekend has shaken out, we have there 4 little tiny spots left. So grab the foursome, grab 2 of them, grab 1. But understand you will be thrown to fate if you are signing up for 1. But, yeah, we are excited next week. And obviously y'all are too. Just 4 spots remaining out of the 72 that we announced. Again, go to Jointon Creek Golf's website, hit the tee time tab, and go to next. It just says it's a 10 a.m. tee time because that's where now there's only one says 10 a.m. The other day there were 20 of them that said 10 a.m., and they've all been X'd out, so there's that. Golf this weekend, Justin Thomas came so close, man. He came so close to advancing on into the playoffs. He finished one. He needed Lucas Glover not to win. Lucas Glover needed to win for a lot of reasons. We'll just leave it at that. Thomas almost pitched in for birdie, but he needed Russell Henley to win, and that way Lucas Glover would have been outside the 70, and he would have been in it. But he finished 71st as they go to the playoffs, and they'll start next week. The eye-popping number that was put up this week came on the Live Tour with Bryson DeChambeau. Listen to me, a 58's a 58. I don't care where you play it, but Bryson DeChambeau's 58 yesterday reminds me more of any tour player playing out at his home club with 4 buddies and shooting 58. No less impressive. But it is a golf course that on PGA Tour had yielded 2 59s in just a brief stint. Stuart Appleby and Kevin Chappell, by the way, not exactly Tiger and Rory doing it. So it's a golf course that can be gotten. DeChambeau certainly found his rhythm this weekend and tore it up yesterday for a 58. Doesn't go with the sanctioning of PGA Tour and PGA Tour body 59s and 58s. But again, if it takes 58 shots to play 18 holes, it takes you 58 shots. I really don't give a darn where you did it. It's awfully impressive. And the question it leads to is the Ryder Cup's looming. And how much is going to be held against live guys that are either playing well or you know what their talent level is when it comes time to choose. Brooks Koepka may make it in just on how he's played in the majors this year. I mean, by points, he may have enough. DeChambeau would not. He'd have to be a captain's pick. And you're here and you're Zach Johnson. It's human nature. You got to make a decision. Am I going to take Bryson DeChambeau, who, by the way, if we track his last 30 results on PGA Tour, I didn't see much very impressive. Do we take him for what he's doing in a different brand of golf over, say, Justin Thomas, who's working his butt off here in the Wyndham Championship to try and be on our team? I don't know. That's a question for Zach Johnson and his sensibilities. Let's come back on the other side, get back into the pigskin, shall we? Well, the other shoe fell on the now dead Pac-12. We told you it was going to move fast. By the end of the week, it would be happening, and boy, it happened. Big 12, Big 10, both add another 3-4 from the Pac-12. FSU and Clemson still kind of standing there like, okay, now what? Meanwhile, the Noles strike big off the field. Man, I'm looking at the recruiting rankings in front of me, and the sunshine is very bright. I'll explain when we return as well. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com. You need someone in your corner protecting you and protecting the rights of men and all family law issues. Don't be a forgotten soldier. Have DivorceMenOnly.com on your side. Back with Jags Camp and more next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. 1010XL remembers the summer movie blockbusters.
I feel the need for
1010XL.
Did you know the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid never needs to be plugged in? The onboard system charges the batteries for you. When you think Honda, think hybrid. Good for the environment, great for your budget. Visit your local Honda dealer to experience the CR-V of the future today.
Whether it's a large commercial project or a multi-family property, trust All Pro Roofing for exceptional craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We use only the finest materials, ensuring durability and long-lasting results. Plus, All Pro Roofing now has a full siding and windows division. That's right, All Pro Roofing is not just about roofs anymore. All Pro Roofing, now your trusted partner for commercial roofing, multi-family projects, exterior siding, and windows. AllProRoofingLLC.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
Jacksonville is a great place to live. And if you love where you live, you should invest in it. That's why more and more people bank with One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. We invest every penny back into North Florida, backing the very best small businesses, nonprofits, and of course the family home. Why put your money with some big out-of-state bank when you can invest in where you love to live? One-to-One Financial, we're your hometown credit union. Sign up today at one-to-one-fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Active and pain-free. That's the ticket. Dr. George Barry here, and I know that's the goal of every patient I see. They want the best possible care so they can go back to enjoying life. That could be pick up basketball, golf, tennis, running, or just working out. It all requires you to be as healthy as you can be. If joint pain is taking its toll on your active lifestyle, come see me at Barry Orthopedics. We have locations all over Jacksonville and can diagnose and treat even the most severe joint pain. A homegrown Jacksonville practice. Find out more at BarryOrthopedics.com.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here.
Duval! Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss?
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daly's Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daly's Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Mia O'Brien.
Fun-loving girl.
Weekdays on XL Primetime.
Likes to laugh. Lives to love. No dull moments tolerated.
Mia's quick hits are driven by Arlington Toyota on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
It all comes down to Daytona and the Coke Zero Sugar 400 race weekend, August 25th and 26th. Answer this question for a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400, August 26th. Who was on the pole position for last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010. Who was on the pole position for last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010 for your chance to win.
Ackerman Urology offers the most advanced options for improving men's health and vitality. Their board-certified urologists treat all prostate disease and sexual health issues. Call their new location on Atlantic and Hodges or visit AckermanUrology.com.
For all your automotive repair needs, choose to Get Famous for the triangle of vehicle safety. That's tires, brakes, and the front end. Famous Automotive and Tire. 7 locations to help you get back on the road safely. Famous Automotive.
Are you an electrician looking for better pay and benefits? Miller Electric Company has the industry-leading compensation package. Electricians are eligible for a signing bonus up to $1,000. Now, they're partnering with the Jaguars on their new performance facility, the Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric has opportunities for you to work on some of the most exciting projects right here in Jacksonville. Whether you're experienced or not, visit MillerCareers.com, an equal opportunity employer. That's MillerCareers.com.
Want to help improve the lives of women and make sure that all survivors of sexual assault are treated with compassion and respect? Join Farah and Farah and the Women's Center of Jacksonville at the summer's biggest breakfast, Thrive, on August 22nd to learn how to pick up the pieces after life throws you a curveball. The Women's Center of Jacksonville is a valuable community resource offering free services when they are needed the most, but they need your support. Visit the WCJ.org for more information on Thrive.
Summer Nights, presented by One to One Financial, is an evening affair benefiting Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. Saturday, August 26th. Enjoy an evening at the beautiful Glass Factory as you sip premium cocktails. Dance the night away with live swing music from Bold City Classics. Taste delicious dishes from local restaurants and win exciting auction packages. For details and tickets, go to tinyurl.com/2023 Summer Nights.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Slide, safe, and in to score is Jimenez. And another hustle double. Right over the bag at first. Now Hosey and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're swinging. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson.
What a great call. Man, now, that wasn't a baseball fight, bro. That was a hockey fight. I'm trusting you guys saw that over the weekend. It happened Saturday night in Cleveland. Jose Ramirez slides into second, takes exception with a hard tag put on his face by Tim Anderson. The two have a little bit of a history. Ramirez got up, objected. He kind of poked his brim of his hat, the brim of his hat with his hand, maybe even got him in the face a little bit. And Anderson said, okay, he takes his glove off and he squares up like a couple of 7-year-olds on the playground. You know, the old classic cliche boxing pose.
They square
off. And by the way, the umpire very quickly went from, all right, I'll just be hockey ref and watch you two.
Yeah, they
right?
let him do it.
Yeah, he was in the middle. The ump's got to keep going. He said, all right, y'all do it then.
It's like a ref. It's like, fight.
Yeah, all right, yeah. He stepped back. Anderson landed a couple of glancing blows, and then Ramirez cold cocks him with a right, hits him right in the left ear, and just as you heard, down goes Anderson. Not a good look for Tim Anderson. Felt like he instigated it. All he had to do was, oh, my bad, boss, gonna walk and go the other way. No, he went tough guy, and he got pummeled. He got knocked out on his feet. He had to miss yesterday's game, probably concussion symptoms, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Listen, it was agitated. It didn't have to get there. Anderson took it there. He took it there.
The way he pulled off his gloves, he invited that man to a one-on-one.
Correct. He took his baseball glove off, pulled up his sleeves, and said, "Babe, I'm going to beat your ass." Sorry, language, kids. I'm got to remember the little one's going to be back to school here soon. All right, anyway. So, yeah, he squares up and got a couple in. The managers almost fought. The scrum continued for another 2-3 minutes. The managers almost got in a fight, to be honest, but that was not a baseball fight. That was a hockey fight there, boss. We don't see usually there's a baseball fight. They get to each other quick. It usually involves a batter and a pitcher. Somebody gets hit. They take exception. They charge the mound, and even that's rare these days. Before it happened, just right out there in the middle of the diamond. Famously, Bud Harrelson and Pete Rose got into a scrap like that at second base way back in the day. Hick will remember that because Harrelson was a tight end. Jeez Louise. What the hell? Tight end? Was a shortstop for the Mets. When that happened, so.
And we say Tim Anderson, he instigated it. The way Ramirez put his hand in his face, that would kind of incite something too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But in taking it to ultimately the level, we see that kind of stuff. Cooler heads prevail. The umps step in. You yell at each other. Everyone holds everyone back. Right? That's what a sports fight looks like. Everyone's holding everyone back.
Did not look like that.
But and to be honest, and I thought Ramirez overreacted to the tag just a little bit, but obviously he clipped him pretty. He brought Ramirez is sliding basically in between Anderson's legs at second base. Anderson catches the ball and he puts that tag down quick and hard, and Ramirez says it happens all the time. He said in the post game the guy disrespects the game, and then he did not add, so I sent him out on a stretcher.
The memes are already going crazy, Jim.
Ramirez, by the way, is like a little 5'4", just a little. Stout little big dude. A hell of a player, by the way. These are two players. Ramirez has become a better player than Anderson, who at one time was one of the best in the league.
They say Ramirez is Jake Paul's next opponent.
I see Jake Paul found him another retired, washed-up non-boxer to beat this weekend. What's the dude's name? I'm forgetting his name. Nate Diaz, who famously beat Conor McGregor in MMA, but that's been 6, 8, 10 years ago now. But
you can look at him and tell, like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, right. He's a tough guy. He can take it, but you ain't gonna knock him out. He can take a beating, but that's what he did. He pretty much took a beating, and Paul wins the. And by the way, they're now talking about going to MMA. I would advise against that for Nate Diaz as well because Paul's so much bigger than he is.
Yeah,
bigger and stronger. And look. Paul clearly is no slouch. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this is a charade to a degree. We're fighting old MMA fighters, making them box way past 40-year-olds and 45-year-olds. The one, quote, boxer that he boxed was Tyson Fury's brother, and he beat him. Now, he did okay in that fight. Yeah. I've just spent way too much time on a YouTube personality fighting. I'm falling into the trap. I refuse to be influenced. I have chosen to go with, and y'all out there, you recruitniks can use whatever service you think is the best one. I've kind of gravitated now as suddenly recruiting is interesting, and more on that in a second. I've kind of gravitated toward this On3 because they compile basically all of the main ones into one ranking. So it's the industry ranking of the football team recruiting rankings for the 2024 class. Georgia got the best running back in the country over the weekend from California, or one of the best, another 5-star. They have the number 1 recruiting class. Their score is 94.5. The average rating of their prospect is 92.04. Ohio State is there at number 2. Alabama is 5. Michigan is 6. Clemson is 9. LSU is 10. All names you would expect, programs that have been good or are getting good. Do you know who's tucked in there at number 3 and number 4? Sandwiched between Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama. Florida at number 3, who has been making recruiting waves now for, especially in the month of June. And now, after snagging a 5-star safety from the state of Georgia this weekend, Bolden, is it KJ Bolden? FSU, all the way up to number 4. The Gators 3 and Knowles are 4. Shoot, I feel like it's 1994. The 1994 recruiting rankings. This is impressive. Now, look, they've got to hold. You got to hold your spot. one reason Georgia is way ahead right now is they have 27 total commits already. And, by comparison, Ohio State just 19, Florida 21, FSU 22. Florida's average recruits ranking is fourth best behind Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama. Alabama only has 15. Look, Bama is ultimately going to shuffle ahead of Florida and Florida State, I would think. But I think you could legitimately hope, if you're Florida and Florida State right now where you stand, to be 4th and 5th in the recruiting rankings next year. And that's how you begin your climb. It sets up for FSU to stay in place, right? If kids are going to go by how success on the field influences them. This is a build 2 year for Florida State. They've got a really good team with really good players and an experienced quarterback. They're going to be preseason top 10. They're showing up right now there were some that had them in the top 5 at one point, showing up now between 7 and 10 for the most part. And so if they can manifest that destiny, the recruiting class should stay as good as it is, if not get better. What Billy Napier is doing, without any success, just on this culture that he's proud of, that they're proud of, is bring together this marvelous class. Are they all of the mindset that what if Florida does do worst case scenario here that the doomsdayers would project 5-7, say? Or what if 8-4 even is looked at, too discerningly? I don't know. We'll see. But kudos to both Florida and now FSU, who has just rocketed up the rankings in the last couple of weeks. They were hanging out down there between 15 and 20, and now up to number 4 under Mike Norvell. And listen, recruiting is a sure sign that your program is getting healthier. Meanwhile, where will FSU be playing football? I mean, for all the talk of going to the Big Ten, it hadn't seemed like the Big Ten has showed a whole lot of interest in FSU or Clemson. The Pac-12 continued its deterioration over the weekend. Oregon and Washington join USC and UCLA. They head to the Big Ten, willing to do it for just a portion, not for the full financial benefits. Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah all announced they're going to the Big 12. A little later this morning when Hick is here, we'll go through some of the kind of defined winners and losers of the process to this point. And then there are those that are just kind of treading water. And in this case, that's the entire ACC. You look now and you wonder if maybe the best plan for the ACC is to go do a better job of getting your TV money and keep the teams you have. Because it's still a loaded enough conference with big names and prestige, man. Maybe not football only, but football isn't it's the king. It drives the revenue bus, but it's not the only factor in what makes a great conference. Take that Big 12, for instance. Look at that sucker now when it comes to a basketball league. Houston came over from the AAC. They're a big boy college basketball Final Four team. Now you're adding Arizona from the Pac-12. You already have Kansas and Baylor. Man, what a basketball league the Big 12 is going to be with this new realignment. But for Florida State and FSU saying we're going to go somewhere, well, where are you going? Unless the SEC suddenly sends out its Evite to 2 or 4 ACC teams. And by the way, even though that's not being mentioned and rumored, it's always a possibility. These things come fast, they come furious. If I'm FSU and Clemson, man, I better get a defined plan here, lest I get left astray. So we shall see. But any of that uncertainty is offset if you're a Florida State fan by the season that you expect coming up, and now the recruiting class that is beginning to match that. All right, so maybe you, like I, have enjoyed the quarterback documentary on Netflix. This initial one was Marcus Mariota, Kirk Cousins, and the MVP, Patrick Mahomes. The word around the NFL seems to be just about every quarterback that's being approached is turning it down. Either it's not the right time or it would serve as a distraction. I'm a little surprised just from this standpoint. Patrick Mahomes himself did it a year ago, right? He's the standard for every quarterback in the league. And if it didn't cost him anything from a distraction or an accomplishment standpoint, then perhaps you could draw the conclusion that it wouldn't for you. Kirk Cousins had a great year, had a great regular season, had a lot late game drama with those cameras and microphones following him everywhere. But the word's trickling out that there are more saying, yeah, no thanks, than are taking up Peyton Manning on his offer, and we can now, we learned this weekend, add Trevor Lawrence to the list.
I didn't decide to not do it this year, but that was just something where I feel like it's just not the right time for me. Who knows, maybe in the future, but I think it's I watched the show though. The show was great. I think they did a great job. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it there.
Now, there's also a conspiracy floating around that all the quarterbacks have been told that no, they're not interested, so that people don't get the jump on who it's going to feature. Although I don't know why that would matter all that much. They did it last year without anyone knowing, and then announced after the year, oh, by the way, we followed these 3 quarterbacks. But now, your antenna's going to be up if you see a horde of cameras around Trevor Lawrence as he walks into a restaurant, right? The word will get out quick who they are, because they're going to have to start it here soon. The initial season starts basically when the regular season starts. So
if they haven't started yet.
Yeah, I don't, I think with Hard Knocks, I don't think you need this part of it. I'm fine picking it. I didn't feel like I missed anything. You went through some of the offseason with those guys before it got going, but it was more on the personal side, right? It wasn't camp work per se, or, going to the – that's what Hard Knocks is for. You want to see guys walking into the facility at 5:30 in the morning, sleepy-eyed with a bag over their shoulder, and that's what Hard Knocks is for. Trevor continues to impress at camp by all accounts, just, razor sharp, just about every drill, just so is there a mistake here or there? Sure. Calvin Ridley got over his dropsies. He's right. He's Ridley, not Rusty. He looked great over the weekend. We have talked about Garrett Prince and how he has impressed. And Trevor Lawrence was asked in that same scrum who he thinks is under the radar when it comes to pass catchers so far this camp.
Surprised? I don't know if I'd say surprised. I think Kevin's having a great camp, Kevin Austin. Obviously, all of our guys right now, Zay, Christian, Calvin, Evan, Ag, all those guys have been doing a great job. I think tight ends, you look at Garrett Prince, has looked great. I mean, he's had an awesome camp so far, so I'm excited for him just to see him getting better and better. That's awesome. He's going to help us a lot. I think Elijah Cooks and Jacob have looked great. All of our guys, really, from top to bottom, we have a really good group, really smart. They know the system. They know what they're doing, and it's not always like that. I've been on teams where some of the guys that might not be starters or second-string guys, they don't necessarily know all the stuff. They don't know what they're doing. They're not making the plays. And it seems like every time you turn around, someone's making a play, no matter which group's in there. And I think that's encouraging for us to see, and just to have so many guys that are playing well.
It's a hard question to ask a quarterback. But I think the first that came to his mind, I think, are the ones you trust, and you don't want to leave anybody out, right? They're all out there busting
He basically mentioned everybody.
He did, but the two, Kevin Austin is a name that the coordinator, Press Taylor, has mentioned. He did so in his last press conference. Doug Peterson. So Kevin Austin, I think there's some legit smoke there a little bit because he's getting the attention, of his coaches and his teammates. You'll hear from Devin Lloyd, who many expect to have more of a pass rushing role. And he needs to because another pass rusher is off the market. We will detail both those storylines when we come back with a football fix. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcedmenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Atlanta Braves today on the road at the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Braves are 33-19, fewest losses on the road in Major League Baseball. Spencer Strider, 12-3, 3.61 ERA on the mound for the Braves. A $2.75 favorite. It's Osvaldo Bido pitching for the Pirates, plus 235, 8.5 under the total at PNC Park. Jacksonville Jaguars open up the preseason at the Dallas Cowboys on Saturday as 2.5-point road favorites, total 34.5. Atlanta Falcons on Friday, a 2.5-point road favorite at Miami, the total 37. Get your free VSIN subscription right now at VSIN.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
When it's hot and you know it, clap your hands. When it's hot and you know it, clap your hands. When it's hot and you know it, and your sweat stains really show it. When it's hot and you know it, call the Duck.
AC broken at your home or business? Stop clapping your hands, pick up the phone, and call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, the mechanical contractor pros when it comes to getting your AC unit working again. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Duck Rooter.
Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is the sports medicine leader in Northeast Florida. We're proud to be the official sports medicine provider for your hometown teams, including the Jaguars, Sharks, Axemen, Armada, and the Jumbo Shrimp. We have the most cutting-edge resources for sports medicine care, including Active Armor casting, Alter-G anti-gravity treadmills, and highly trained physicians and athletic trainers. JOI is truly where the pros go, and so should you.
Hear that? That's the sound of the grill in summertime. That is a clean grill by Grill SOS. Backyard barbecue season is here. Let the 5-star rated pros at Grill SOS deep clean your barbecue grill. Book now at grillsos.com.
You'll now find New Day Veterinary Care at 8 local Pet Paradise. New Day is the new way in vet care for you and your pet. But let's just be upfront. Pet Paradise, now synonymous with the ultimate in care for your pet. Let's face it, he's a member of your family. And spots are filling up fast with summer travel coming up. Your pet doesn't want to miss out. You need to go to petparadise.com right now and secure your location. Pet Paradise has 8 North Florida locations to take care of all your pet health needs, from veterinary to grooming. I love the staff. Staffs are so underrated. I don't care where you're going. Every time I go into a Pet Paradise location and I see the happy pooches arriving, I don't know who's got the bigger smile. The dogs, the cats, or the staff. They've got climate-controlled suites. These hot summer months, they'll be playing in the pool. They love your pet like you do, and you're going to love Pet Paradise. PetParadise.com. Go there now.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Is your vehicle in need of some TLC? Bring it to the experts at Tire Outlet. With over 40 years of experience in 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust. Our certified technicians do the job right to get you in and out in no time flat. Hurry in for great deals on tires and automotive service. We offer free tire rotations, free brake inspections, rebate offers on brand name tires, and a legendary price match guarantee on every set of brand new tires. Tire Outlet, wholesale prices, premium service.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report.
I'm Taylor Dahl, and I'm your Gator Updater. Listen for the Gator Report several times a week on 1010XL.
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Summertime is here, and it's time to cast those worries out. And Royal is here to help you do that with our Summer Termite Special featuring Centricon. Starting at just $249. That's right, I said $249, and that's installed.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
Keeping your body healthy and active leads to a more vibrant life. A great place to do that is the First Coast YMCA. The Y is equipped with state-of-the-art cardio and strength equipment, plus group exercise studios where trainers host activities like yoga, Zumba, and cycling sessions. The full-court basketball gym and indoor 5-lane swimming pool are open year-round. that KidZone can keep an eye on your kids while you work on that dad bod. And it's all available with your family membership. Learn more at fcymca.org.
Join the face painting fun every Monday at the Ponte Vedra Woody's Barbecue, where kids eat free with a paid adult. Mondays from 6 to 8 at Woody's on Solano Road in Ponte Vedra.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
The coolers are full at your local Gate gas station, making it easy for you to cruise in and cruise out with little downtime. Ice cold Coronas, Natty Light, Stella Artois, and Michelob Ultra. And don't forget the king of beers, Cold Buds. Gate's got them in the cooler, waiting for you.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. It's the Monday morning quarterback. Plenty to dive into here as we get your week started. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. We appreciate you. Oh, you 6 o'clockers getting ready for a day out in the sun. Be a hot one. Hydrate. My guys, hydrate. From the text line, Design My Lifetime Enclosure. Good question. I'm not sure of the answer. I find myself starting to be more sure of at least what I think. But that question is, who's going to be the starting quarterback for Indianapolis week 1? Feels like Richardson, doesn't it, E.T.?
That's what it feels like.
It feels like that. It feels like that more now than it did, say, 6 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Feels the same way in Houston when it comes to Stroud. Both Stroud and Richardson, by the way, are getting more first-team snaps than Davis Mills and Gardner Minshew, respectively. Carolina already, I think, smartly made their decision, then announced they're going with Bryce Young earlier. Really was before they opened camp even. So I'm starting to think that when we kick off the season that those rookies are going to be starting in all 3 spots, and that would mean that the Jags will be up first for Anthony Richardson. Look, there's a skill set there that scares you, even though I got to believe it will be a confusing afternoon of football right out of the gates.
I hope so. That's
for Richardson. I really, despite Anthony Richardson and his ability to make splash plays, that's a game the offense better show up. You don't want to leave him hanging around and watch this dude improvise some 84-yard touchdown run because he has that kind of athletic ability. He is one of the more intriguing guys to watch out of the gate. These young quarterbacks come in now saying, all right, until I get good, I'll run for 1,200 yards. Stop me.
Exactly, yeah.
It doesn't always translate. The success hasn't come for Justin Fields in 2 years. It didn't come for Kyler Murray to the highest level. Lamar, really the only one that's made that attack be playoff ready year in and year out. But yeah, it's a scary unknown when you face Anthony Richardson week 1, but it kind of feels like that's who it's going to be. All right, E5 the band, we got a football fix. It's brought to you by your Jacksonville Shark. Oh, you know what? Let me check here, too. It's also brought to you by the Julington Creek Golf Club. Our friends there are hosting our I told you when we started today, there were just 4 little spots left. Let me see what's happened here.
Quick little refresh.
Yeah, still 4 there. I think, unless they built in a bug here. But, yeah, if you want to be part of Drill Golf Day next Monday, just 4 spots left. You can go to Julington Creek Golf to the Tee Time tab. Also brought to you by the Sharks, who just kicked the shark out of the Predators. What was 62-19? Is that what I saw?
Bust their head to the white meat.
I mean, just busted that noggin. Made them play without helmets. It was a beatdown. We'll be joined by their head coach as they now host Championship Week next Saturday. Get your tickets at jacksharks.com, or at least directions on how to get them from there. All right. And then there were none, basically. At least that 4 or 5 that we really targeted. Veterans on the street for just about the entirety of the offseason with double-digit sacks on their resume. Many still in the age range to be productive, right? Frank Clark, Leonard Floyd. I'm leaving another one of the initial wave out. Jan is gone recently. And
Calais is gone.
Yeah, and now so is Justin Houston. 3-time Pro Bowler, multiple double-digit sacker, goes to the Panthers. 1 year, $7 million. Jags didn't want to spend $7 million. Maybe it's because they think they have, as of yet, unproven, at least by the stats, pass rushers on their own roster. Devin Lloyd, the second-year linebacker, continues to get a lot of chatter about him changing up roles a little bit this year, right? Inside linebackers aren't known as sack leaders, but inside linebacker maybe too one-dimensional. Here's Lloyd after camp this weekend.
Yeah, here it's inside linebacker. That's what I'm going to be listed as going in. But everybody's versatile on this defense, and the coaches believe in my ability to get home and get after the quarterback. And so I know they're coming up with several different ways to do that. You can see me come off the edge. You can see me blitz up the middle. You can see me start, as a shade. It doesn't matter. They're going to move me around all over and move everybody around all over. We're all versatile, but you're going to see a lot more pressure.
Hall of Fame inductions over the weekend. DeMarcus Ware in his emotional speech was kind of the highlight. Our big date now is just a little over a week from now. They're going to make a decision on that veteran committee, and Tom Coughlin, you feel like it's between him and Shanahan. So from just not near enough buzz and attention to perhaps on the doorstep himself, and next year we'll just take the band up to Canton again and get Tom in. So let's see how that vote goes. That's I believe it's a week from tomorrow. I want to say the 15th. We mentioned Bryce Young earlier. He will start the preseason opener, as just about all teams will get out on the field for the preseason openers this weekend. Running back Joe Mixon for the Bengals, who restructured, took a bit of a pay cut, is now facing a civil suit from a neighbor. Might be time for Joe Mixon to move. What do you think, E? You wear out your welcome in a neighborhood. There's been a lot of shenanigans. We've had, I don't know. I don't have it specifically, so I don't want to just carte blanche throw stuff out there. But there's been some gun stuff, some assaults, just some different.
Just a little noisy.
Noisy, man. Yeah, it's time to go get a place in the woods. That's a football fix. That's enough. You're welcome. Hick and Arrival and more come your way next. Jason Gibson and the Victorious Sharks will join us coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. And let's see if somebody, Johnny Quickfingers, got right to it here since we started this segment. The beautiful thing is I can track it with the online tee times. And, still there. Still 1 foursome or 4 onesomes or 2 twosomes. We're hoping to play two-man scramble. But, 68 of the 72 have been snagged. And I can guarantee you one thing. The other 4 will be gone at some point this morning. So looking forward to next week already. And the Hick and Arrival next. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Spirited sports talk.
He never wavered in his belief.
Spirited sports conversation.
If you're going to act like a loser, raise your hand.
1010XL. Adding a little spirit to the conversation.
Be aggressive. Come on, guys. Go team.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba, Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
With Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors, the Coastal Impact Windows are the culmination of hard work, exhaustive testing, and continuous improvements. And they're proud to offer homeowners in coastal regions the results of that innovation. Designed to withstand the harshest weather environments, Coastal Impact Windows give you peace of mind during rough weather while letting the beauty of the coast shine in. Visit rbafla.com to schedule a complimentary in-home design consultation. Renewal by Andersen, license number CGC 1527613.
Are you an experienced automotive technician and tired of working for employers who put profit over people? Then come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road and get trained on how to diagnose and rebuild today's complex transmissions. See how we're different. Get traction on your career and come to Action.
Equal opportunity employer.
Did you know that many cooling companies are now part of big conglomerates with no connection to Northeast Florida? In the past, they have concentrated on heating and air conditioning, but after a buyout, many add plumbing and electrical services. This raises their overhead, and those costs are passed on to the consumer. It's a case where bigger isn't better, it's just more expensive. Not Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Mike Merritt remains family-owned and operated. Merritt's focus has been the same for more than 30 years, keeping Northeast Florida comfortable, no matter what the weather. And there are no overtime or weekend surcharges. Mike Merritt's team does not work on commission. They repair only what needs repair and offer replacements only on what can't be fixed. And unlike at giant corporations where you can feel like just another number, with Mike Merritt, you'll feel like number one. Florida license CACO 50384.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Brackish Vodka, a Jacksonville-produced and distilled gluten-free corn-based vodka. This is the smoothest vodka you'll ever have. And because it's mineral salt filtered after being distilled 5 times, you get the smoothest vodka on the market. And it's made right here in Duval County. When you drink this gluten-free Brackish Vodka, you're supporting a local business and not just some business based out of Texas. Taste why 9 out of 10 people pick Brackish Vodka in the blind taste test. Drink like a local, drink like your boy. Drink Brackish Vodka. Come on, somebody.
Life a little expensive right now? If you need cash, Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach is ready to buy. Gold, silver coins, and flatware, guitars and guns. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn wants to buy them. See Chuck and get extra cash only at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. The Florida Gators continued training camp on Saturday with 2 noticeable absences from practice. Florida senior wide receiver Ricky Pearsall and sophomore defensive back Devin Moore. Pearsall set out due to an undisclosed illness, while Moore was out with an upper body injury. Former Florida Gators quarterback Jalen Kittner broke his silence 1 month after his child pornography charges were dropped. Gainesville police arrested Kittner, the son of retired NFL quarterback John Kittner, last November. In the statement, Kittner says, "I knew all along this was not a child pornography case." Bowles received the Florida High School Athletic Association's Floyd E. Lay Sunshine Cup for Class 4A schools. The annual competition recognizes excellence across all sports. The school earned FHSAA championships for the 22-23 season in cross country, swimming, and track. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
That's 7:04, 78 degrees. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
10XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
don't know this one.
It's a classic.
Am I waiting for the intro? Is it like 6 minutes till the song I know starts?
Oh, no. Just instrumentals on this one.
I should know it by now?
No, yeah, either you know it or you don't.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Oh, this is T-Pain.
T-Pain!
I'm in love with
my man!
Adult entertainer.
But he didn't say it like that.
No.
I'm in love. I'm in love with the stripper. My friends tell me, get rid of her. Good to be here on a Monday, a case of the Moondays.
Yeah, that happens.
Jags back at it. Grueling 3-day stretch. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then they just basically
Exhausted.
shut. Then camp is basically done. I think you have one more practice for the fans to go to on Wednesday because they're off tomorrow. And that'll be it. That'll be all she wrote, and then they'll kind of get into game mode, and they'll start with the Cowboys on Saturday. So good stuff. We get ready for football, which is fun. I went out there Saturday with the fans. It was good. It was nice. It was hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't boiling hot.
Yeah, Saturday morning was actually by this time of year, by what we've had lately, it was actually kind of.
It wasn't. You were out there. It wasn't horrible.
No, it wasn't horrible.
Comfortable may be too strong a
No,
word,
it
but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't as bad as it could be.
Right. Mm-hmm. The sun wasn't beating down. There was a little overcast out there. So Trevor looks good. Ridley makes a catch. Crowd goes crazy. All stuff that we've heard. You know,
Right.
it just I continue though. I guess I just.
What's wrong?
I become more and more cautious. I read, Peter King's back. So on Monday mornings, I dive into it. And I
Or
read,
you even get in here.
And I've already read it. And
I know you
I
have.
read all about these other NFL camps.
And how good they
And
look.
I read about this guy flashing, this new guy, this not, this. And we got our guy Ridley, so we got a new guy flashing.
Yeah, for
But,
sure.
But, I just sit here and watch these guys go off the board, and I don't understand why we haven't added more to the pass rushing.
More of a proven commodity.
Depth.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, I know why. I know what they're
Why?
doing, but
What are they doing?
They don't want to take away reps rushing the passer from Devin Lloyd, maybe from the draft picks. They have a longer view than this potential title-winning season. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. That's what I believe, though, because they have stuck to those guns since the beginning.
So Devin Lloyd is going to be one, like the third pass. Like I'm talking outside guys.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to move. Listening to him and the reports of what campus look like, they're going to move him around a lot more. Whether that's the answer, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm with you. I've said it since the beginning. I wanted to go get Leonard Floyd the day he was cut by the Rams.
Yeah.
By the way, we haven't gotten into injuries.
Right.
I mean, it seems like a substandard threesome to count on from the edge with Allen, Walker, and Chason, and that's with them at full health and full go.
Like even if I had news and now watching, even if I heard Trayvon Walker is dominating camp, I'd be excited, or Josh Allen is unstoppable. But I hear about our allegedly average offensive line, stoning guys left and right.
I can't. I mean, it's just not the time of year to get too bothered by how the Lions are performing. It's just you can't. It's just it's just such a so unrepresentative.
Can I ask you to take the 3-foot
that
walk?
might be accurate.
All right.
Hey, I got to bet before you do it.
I've got to
before
say
you do it, E. Sit there on the mic before you take it. Instead of taking the 3-foot walk, I would like you to, as I'm told you did Saturday night, I'd like you to do the worm over today. He did the worm at the game. Look at him. He did the worm. Apparently, the actual worm. Yeah.
Do you have any turf burns?
No, and I ain't gonna lie, I never did the worm before. I don't even know how good that worm was.
I don't either.
I was so excited that the kid who won the dance contest did the worm, and I was just amping him up. And I was in the zone.
I got a couple of texts from some of my guys down at the game on Saturday night and said, he said your guy E is the ultimate hype man.
Oh, yeah. I turned it up in there.
Yeah, which is what's meant and received as a big compliment.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, so now he's been asked to take. It's not a 3-foot walk, it's a 20-foot walk.
So stand right here, E.
People want to know too about you. Got any hits coming out, man? I mean, it's musical hit time of the year. Do you got anything coming?
We got one we're working on.
Okay.
So, football practice is dumb, right? I mean, football practice. You
talking about practice.
We're talking about.
We're not talking about the game.
But I saw a drill. I'm going to demonstrate the drill that I saw
At the Jags camp.
at the Jags
Okay.
camp, and I watched it for.
You guys
like,
want to go stand in front there?
Right here is
Okay.
fine.
All right.
And so it was. It was about.
Dan
it
is
did-
sitting in his chair. ET is
I'm
on
going
alert.
I'm going to
on his
stand up
toes.
for a second. No, I'm going to show.
Okay.
I need another player. So
Mhm.
it'd be like, I'm Josh Allen and you're Trayvon Walker, and I'm like, okay, now these are the two guys we need to sack the quarterback. And I think I figured out.
You're kind of Debbie Downer today, right?
I think I figured out why we can't get to the quarterback after watching this drill.
Oh, okay.
So this is the drill I saw.
All right, here we go. Dan is getting up now. If
So-
you're watching online, you're lucky.
And I'm like 5 feet away from this.
This drill
This
as it's
drill.
happening.
Yeah.
Dan and ET are kind of squared up right now. ET has got his hat on backwards and a look of want in his eye. So I hope Dan's ready.
All right, so
the
this
two
is
are
the drill.
faced off.
And
They're
the
each kind
coach
of
is right here.
Okay,
next to
right
the
to you.
two.
Yeah.
We're one-on-one.
Yeah.
And we get our hands up and we do this.
They hit each other's hands. That's all they're doing. Just slapping
hell
each
is
other's
that?
hand.
How about E? Come here.
Yeah.
This is my
That was
question.
kind of a hissy fit looking thing.
Okay. That's.
Yeah.
I'm
they're-
assuming it's some.
They're very, by the way, that
hand
what just
fighting.
happened there, I hope it was a little bit more. I hope it was a little
How about
bit
we do this?
more
How about we do this?
masculine because
Line
that's
up against the
dainty
outline,
looking
I
what
look
you
at
two are doing.
And I go, boom.
Oh, Dan's now pushing E back. He's gotten way too physical.
I mean, what are we doing? What is that?
Unannounced, he just carried him into the third grade. It was like Baselli and that kid from, what was it, Texas
Thank you, E.
Christian or
Thank you
something.
for helping on
Baylor.
my demonstration.
Oh,
But I
that's the hand. They're working on the hand work.
hand work.
Yeah.
Hand movement.
Sure.
What is
I
that?
think the wild card to your question with Justin Houston off the board, and I'm not saying it's the right one. I think it's Devin Lloyd. I think they're going to try and unleash him as a pass rushing weapon from different
You
spots.
think you
up the
figured it
middle.
out? You think that's it?
I think that's what they think. I mean, that's the only thing I can come up with. You can't be banking on Caleb Chase. Like, come on, gang. I mean, we trust you, Doug and Trent and Caldwell and everything, but man, come on, man. 3 years, 3 sacks. That horse
3 years is a lot of years.
Correct.
And it wasn't a missed year due to injury.
No, he just has not been productive. He's a
Right.
hard worker. They like him. He's a good locker room guy. He's just not great at football to be where he was taken. And he'll leave.
Like if he went
he'll leave here and he'll play somewhere else.
Like
and
if he went 1 his first year, 2.5 his second year, 4 his third year.
Progress.
Yeah. We've gone 1-1-1.
No progress.
and the social media vid from a year ago that you can never unsee. And you guys trust me on that one. Just, Google Caleb Chase on off-season workouts 2022. That makes that little dainty hand thing you do look like some masculine,
E, did you see that
primal
drill?
dance.
Were you there when they did that drill right at the beginning, kind of?
I definitely saw it.
Yeah.
I did.
And I kid a little bit, obviously. I know what they're doing, but I just, I don't know. But along those lines, our one-to-one financial poll question of the day is we do have game week here. How much should Jag starters play Saturday in Dallas? Not one snap? Give them a quarter? Half the game, or just beat the Cowboys?
until the starting defensive line gets 10 sacks. If they got to play the fourth stringers, let's get some confidence. Let's just leave those ends in against some rookie from Abilene Christian who's never going to make the team.
I also, 52.2 say not one snap. I wonder if a lot of them were at the practice on Saturday when Tyson Campbell got kicked in the head and was definitely
in the concussion
woozy.
protocol, in fact.
Yeah, he was signing autographs yesterday, so he's not
Okay.
like it's
Yeah,
severe,
right.
like he's
Yeah.
stay in a dark
He's
room.
not rocked like, say, Tim Anderson of the White Sox.
Oh.
But, yeah, it's game week. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. It's his fault. But anyway.
100%.
52.2% say not one snap. 43.2 say give him a quarter. So it's sort of split.
I'd go that. I
Yeah.
mean, why have it? Listen, if we get to the point where none of the starters are ever playing, then it's time for real to shut it down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have no
Did you just go for real,
FR? Yeah. Is that FR?
He just went
Yeah.
FR.
He did.
Yeah,
He
which
did.
is a step more than for real.
Yeah.
Well used, yeah.
For real.
well used,
Thank-
yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to use it for the first time, that was appropriate.
Proud of the versatility.
Thank you.
Esoteric on Friday, for real
Yeah,
today.
I can go both ways,
You wanna-
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I've forever been Twitterless, Jeff. Maybe I'll join X.
Madden 24 content tweeted this out. Let's settle this debate. I didn't know it was a debate. Like for Dak Prescott, retweet for Trevor Lawrence. Did you see that?
What is that?
No,
what do you
I
mean?
didn't, but
Is that
Yeah.
like a poll? Which one do you want?
Yeah, it's a
Why
poll.
wouldn't they just say poll? Why do you got to
sometimes they do it.
Okay,
like
all right.
FR.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
for
I don't know.
more likes and more retweets.
Yeah. So anyway,
I see what they're
53
doing.
likes, 245 retweets. It's 5-1 Trevor. So
I think
just
Dallas fans would rather have Trevor than
I
Dak.
would agree.
So yeah, I think that's I don't think that's the Jag fan rushing the ballot box there.
Yeah.
Trevor is on the upswing and Dak is stagnated. At least that's kind of the thought.
Trevor looks good, man. He looks good. I watched him throw some on Saturday, and we have a nice little set of receivers here, and I hope this rookie tight end can play well, because I keep hearing this Darnell Washington guy in Pittsburgh, and is it Sam Laporta?
Yeah.
In Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some of these rookie tight ends are flashing like they think this Laporta guy. Who's the guy in Green Bay? I just read about him. Musgrave, Luke Musgrove or Musgrave?
Is the Oregon State guy?
Yeah, is it Musgrave or Musgrove?
I think it's Musgrove.
Is it Muskrat
Musgrove.
Susie?
No, it's Musgrove, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, Muskrat Susie.
Yeah, but I am not on his combine bio. So
but
I'm
anyway,
not
so it's
I know that it was one of those names that we thought in terms of Jags before.
Well,
the
yeah,
draft.
all these guys
Sure.
we talk about.
Then we
tight
took the
end.
one guy that we never talked
Never
about.
heard of.
Yeah.
And not to diminish the kid. He's
Sure.
done fine.
And other people have heard and expect big things of him.
I watched him. I forget who it was he beat, but he put on a nice move down around in the goal line work and got open for a touchdown. And I was wondering, because I was like, what route is he running? He was running straight, and he kind of kicked like he was going out, and then he went back in and got the ball right into him. It was nice. So, So and
corner post. It sounded like.
Okay, it's a three. This again, camp has changed so much.
Yeah.
But this is a little 3-day grind that they built in for these guys to, test
that
them
ends
a little
today.
bit. Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and pads.
Test them mentally.
And then we get, like you said, you get into game
They're
week.
off Tuesday.
They go to
Wednesdays.
Dallas, right? To
Yeah,
start.
they go to Dallas.
And I think it's an odd start time too, like 5 in the afternoon. Yeah, which I
5
like.
o'clock
That.
Saturday. Yeah,
I like
so,
that.
So that'll be good. They play all 3 of their preseason games on Saturday, and only one at home, and it's the last one. It's the Dolphins, and so you'll be excited because you'll get to go see them at home, but then you'll be disappointed immediately when you realize none of those dudes are playing in the last preseason.
At that point, nor should they.
No.
And the Jags have been. I mean, Harrison back on the field at least to a degree, right?
Yeah.
Over the course of the weekend, and we mentioned Tyson Campbell got kicked in the head, but as Dan said,
I'll give you an example of stuff I'm reading, or and you'll know this one, but like there's a buzz for this team, who no one thinks is going to be any good, unlike the Jags, who have expectations to be the kings of the AFC South, which I do believe they will be ultimately. I just don't.
Well, that's buzz in and of itself. When you consider where we've been.
I'm not into as much of the
I got one answer. I got
13
one
and 4
answer
year.
for you after you go through this. It might ease your mind a little.
Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Patterson. They're buzzing about Atlanta.
Yeah, they've got Desmond Ritter, so they can take their buzz and send it off to the thing. I mean, honestly.
You want to know the Eagles, and how they've.
Well, they went to the Super Bowl. I expect
they
them
went
to
to
be
the
good.
Super Bowl, but then they added, Jalen Carter and other dudes to their.
Sure, but they lost Hargrave and some
Yeah.
other guys too.
So, I mean, it's just.
I feel you, but see, here's the deal: we're getting our buzz from who you expect it to come from, and it's way more important than the Falcons quartet.
Zay
there.
Flowers, unbelievable camp. This guy might be the best offensive.
Is he better
rookie.
than Calvin Ridley? Is he flashed more than him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Trevor Lawrence has flashed
I would say no.
because it's expected. So Trevor trumps all of these other flashers.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons can flash till the cows come home, as long as they trot out Desmond Ritter to keep that flash going. Then, So I think what we expect. You said something when you came in, and it's worth reminding. I know he had success and he turned the corner, but just from a starting the season, control, grasp, leader, Trevor seems to be at another level right now than we've seen him. Would you agree with that?
I think Trevor, at the very worst, is playing like the Trevor who played last year at the second half of the season.
Well, there you go.
Which would be fine.
And so,
which would be great.
And
15
again,
and 2.
There's a little bit of Captain Obvious in there. Don't get me wrong, but so I'm not that should be counted as buzz. That we have a guy who has established himself there. So I
would
feel
agree
you.
with that. I would agree with that.
But
I'm not down on the Jags.
but-
I'm just trying to temper.
I hear
I'm
you.
more of a temper guy because.
But the buzz is usually for the contending teams. Who's buzzing in Cincinnati or Buffalo, or who's buzzing in Kansas City? You have an expectation for those guys. I think the Ridley buzz has been as buzzy as any offensive player in the league.
Yeah, it was definitely.
So let's don't forget that. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. All right, so we're just warming up, man. It's a Monday. There's a lot to get into. It was a crazy weekend of sports. I got some tough questions for Jeff when we get back in the 10-minute
For me?
drill. Oh, yeah. Tough questions.
Sure. I'll answer them with ease.
Demand some tough answers.
Yeah, I make my living off of tough questions.
Well, that's wonderful.
I'll have all the answers. I guarantee I'll have the answers when we come back.
Right or wrong?
They'll be right. This is just ask me. And then ask me again later. I'll double down. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback DivorceMenOnly.com. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. We're back with more next. Don't forget Breakfast with Baselli today as well. So coming up at 8 o'clock, we'll get all the...
Is he back from Canton?
I don't know. That's a good question. But we'll get all the details of the fun and frivolity of the Hall of Famer.
The deets.
Yeah. So we'll be back with more next. Thanks for being with us. You're listening to The Drill.
Now, Downtime with Dan, brought to you by Ameris Bank. Whether you need help with business, personal, or mortgage banking, we're with you. Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
From what I understand, the Jags have $10, $11, $12 million under the cap. And Justin Houston, $6 million guaranteed. That's all it would have taken. $6 million. Just to add another body. Just go for it. Just to go for it. And they haven't, so we'll see. And again, you know what? We've chronicled. You can go win a Super Bowl with 35 sacks. You can win a Super Bowl if your sack total's in the 30s. It's not a formula or anything by any stretch. But I think and the young defense will have some moments like they did last year. But make no mistake, the Jags are going to go as far this year as that offense will take them.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Frank Frangie here for Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates. They understand that no two ears are the same. That's why they offer custom-fit hearing solutions tailored specifically to your needs. Already have hearing aids and still not hearing well? Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates services all makes and models and offers a free 10-point cleaning check of your current aids. Call 404-5108. That's 404-5108 or visit PonteVedraHearing.com today.
I'm Shane with Renew Solutions, an expert in transforming your hardwood floors to a timeless and elegant new look. For any wood floor repairs, replace, or installs, I've got you covered at Renew Solutions. Visit RenewJacksFloors.com.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Shark Coatings, man. Have you done it this summer? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? We're into August, baby, and Shark Coatings is ready for you. Yeah, go to sharkfloorcoatings.com, sharkfloorcoatings.com, and change that garage from a storage unit into a room with endless possibilities. The way to start that off, go to sharkfloorcoatings.com. The boys will come out, they'll measure you up, give you a free estimate. You'll pick your pattern, you'll pick a day, and they'll get it done in 24 hours. Yeah, they get it done in one simple day. It's unbelievable. You got to see it to believe it. And I can't wait for you guys, who you often do, call me and tell me, man, that was a great advice, Hick. Thanks so much. Anything concrete, pools, driveways, patios. But for all the info you need, it's sharkfloorcoatings.com. You'll thank me later.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. If you're going to buy an engagement ring, how much should you spend?
Frank, that's a question we hear a lot, and the guideline most often used is the equivalent of 2 months' salary. But I'll say this, the price you pay for a diamond is directly related to its beauty. If you want a big, cheap diamond, I'll guarantee you it's poor quality, and that's not what we carry at Underwoods. If you want a diamond of fine quality, cut to the right specifications for maximum beauty, not maximum weight, that's the kind of diamond we have at Underwoods. You see, when somebody's been married for a long time, they don't always remember what they paid for their engagement ring. They probably remember the sacrifice they made to pay for it. And when you consider that a diamond engagement ring will be worn every day for the rest of her life, most people will agree that a really fine quality diamond ought to be considered. That's what we specialize in at Underwoods and have since 1928.
That's Underwood's in San Marco, in Avondale. The shops of Ponte Vedra, Underwood Jewelers.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter, Mr. Rooter. 1991, we played Boston College. Tommy May had like 15 tackles.
19.
Oh, I'm sorry,
That's
19.
okay,
Took 4
but
away
it was
from
19. Tom McManus, Friday from 10 to noon on 1010XL. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window.
Malfunctions in your electrical panel can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
888-8-SPARKY. Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet. Are you tired of overpaying for tires? Well, cruise into Tire Outlet for the best selection, best quality, and best prices on the tires you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. With over 40 years of experience and 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust to perform great service at a great price. Our expert technicians are ready to do the maintenance and repairs to keep your vehicle performing its best. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices. Premium service.
Tire Outlet. This is Hayes Carlion for Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency. I was paying too much for car insurance, paying for things I didn't need. My friend John Spicklemeyer fixed all that for me with impeccable customer service. For all your car insurance needs, call John at 471-7155.
Best Bet is number 1. That's right. Best Bet Jacksonville and Orange Park have One Card Poker, the fastest and easiest card game to learn and play. Play against a designated player, one card at a time, and the highest card wins even money. If the card values are the same, it's time for war. Just like the game you remember. You must be 18 years or older to play. More at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Training camp is here, and 1010XL is there. From the practice field straight to you, nobody covers camp like 1010XL. Brought to you by Roland Leash Plumbing and Kingfish Pest Control.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows in $2.95.
Men suffering from ED or PE, you'll see instant results on your first visit at Prime Men's Medical Center. For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free. You'll even get a gift that enhances performance in the bedroom. Call 904-664-8217.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran owned and operated.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1010XL.
Hit it.
All right, so sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the drill. At the end of the drill, we love to give out a prize pack just for you paying close attention. There are no tests. You just have to be kind and courteous. E, what are they winning this week?
We're giving a pair of tickets to the Jumbo Shrimp. The Shrimp return home this week against Norfolk in a 6-game series starting Tuesday.
Now, there is a growing buzz in the community.
Okay.
And I saw it start. Well, I saw it start here last week.
FR?
No. And it went to a new level Saturday.
Okay.
And so now I've got to ask our friend E, who came out on this program and announced. Went something like this. He came out on this program and announced he wanted to race the freeze. I may have responded with something like, you couldn't even beat Marcel.
Which is crazy.
Marcel works with Dan at the TV station.
So now
it's picked up a little buzz.
It's picked up a little buzz in the social media community. We're going to have to settle it. Now, it's gone this badly, by the way, E.
By the way, what's
E and Marcel were both together Saturday, and they were ready. Like, Marcel was ready to get kicked out of Jags practice and race right there down the middle of the field.
Hold on. You say Marcel's the only one that was about that life on Saturday.
Well, only because you did it away because of the hammy.
He's got a hammy.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with the hammy.
He's going to pop that thing like a guitar string.
Don't you wish that on me?
I'm not wishing it on anyone.
Bobby. So then I get video. I get a text, a personal text and video from Marcel Saturday night.
Wow.
and it's of his
Look
good
at
friend.
he's walking in here now, man.
It's of his good friend E.
Oh, okay.
And the comment was something to this effect.
Look at he has left his post.
Doesn't look like the hamstrings bothering him so much at the Sharks game.
Oh, look at there he
as
goes.
He's moving
He's
around.
high stepping. Yeah.
As he's moving around.
Some say now you're using the injury as a quote excuse.
This is going to be.
Sounds like your tough questions that you teased were more for him than me.
This is going. No, I haven't gotten to those yet.
Oh,
this is going to be one hell of a.
Well, it's going to happen.
Epic race showdown.
I'll tell you this. It's happening while we're on the air right here on 1010XL. I promise you that.
Well, let me tell you, they both were like anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
So we'll take them out to the parking lot. It'll be shades of Hicken versus Gainey.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You were there for that one.
Hey, listen.
Who won that, by the way?
Listen.
Who won that?
This athletic endeavor is a lot more athletic than that endeavor. So I say instead, because I think we have two competitors here who are really going to be busting every cylinder to win this race.
Yes.
When that happens and you get to be mid-30s, late 40s, sometimes you have a tendency to topple over forward
Need
when
some
you're
grass.
done. And I want them eating grass, not concrete, if that happens. So maybe we go over here behind the fire station. I think there's a soccer field over there. We'll mark off the 40. It'll be a big production, and it needs to happen soon.
I will tell you, I still am dealing with this hammy.
I
Regardless of all
trust
of
you.
that.
When you're ready, you need
It's
to get.
up to E though to
You think Doc
establish.
Murphy can clear him?
It's up to E to establish when he
Yeah,
can do it
that's fair.
because
I don't want him gimping around for another 6 months.
no, because the way I understand it, Marcel is ready right now.
Mr.
And
10
Bo-
says you cheated
I did
at
not
the start.
cheat.
I'm just saying what he said.
E, you were there. I won fair and square.
And E apparently, I don't know if you went on the text line, has sent an email already to HR for you physicaling him up here at the beginning of the
Email
show.
has been sent.
When you
Oh.
when you drove him back into the wall.
Oh, I
Wouldn't be
a
your
little.
first dalliance with
no.
HR. So
I didn't feel like that was a
I
violent move.
thought it was. I'm a witness. I thought it was playful, but sometimes you don't know your own intensity.
You never know your own strength.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Sometimes
true.
he gets physical. He gets that cockeyed, weird
I
look
didn't
in his
have any
face.
kind of look.
Okay.
Knowing
I didn't see that.
Knowing our
Yeah.
relationship, mine and E's, because we ride
He
together.
had it the other day.
Ride
He's
together.
had it before.
I feel like
Yeah, you
there
guys
was no cockeyed look at all.
Okay, I don't know. I couldn't
Did
see
you see
it.
any cockeyed look in my eye when I did that?
To be clear, I said sometimes. I didn't say this time.
Yeah.
E can be the judge of that. He's
Yes.
staring you in your face.
But anyway, so this is going to happen, and it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those backwoods like setups, and I feel like when it happens, like the community will come out just to watch.
Is
Like,
the shame enough, or should a wheel spin be on the line here?
I don't know if Marcel would be willing, but he might.
E, are you confident you're winning the race? He's a long-legged strider. I mean, are you a little concerned about that at
They're
all?
both fast.
I ain't worried
I know
about
they
that.
are. I know.
I know.
He's not worried about it, he says.
all.
This is
Yeah.
going to be great.
And neither is Marcel. I mean, they're both like. I think Marcel may be a little.
Maybe we
crazier
should do
than
it
you,
on
E.
this is a good idea. Maybe we should do it on a Thursday so Doc is here when whoever rips whatever happens.
Well, that might be fair.
Whoever's Achilles snaps or knee pops.
E,
or-
what day
How
was
is
Cliff's
Marcel-
camp?
It was on a Saturday, July 20th.
So we can't do this till September then.
It was while you were gone, whenever that was. You remember your trip dates? Because we had Cliff on while you were still on your trip.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're only like 3 weeks, two weeks removed from that. E.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't. This is gonna be more like when the Jags start the season. Around then,
Man, no, because that was just,
it's got to be 6 weeks. We got to give E 6 weeks.
I think
That's
it's
what
been
Doc
longer
Murphy's
than
talking.
I think he was. I think that was longer ago than that. When was the All-Star break?
What do you feel it grabbing
Weren't
a little
you-
bit, still catching?
Oh, yeah, I can still feel it.
Okay.
Was that trip you made just after or just before the
Before.
All-Star break?
Before.
So that's before the All-Star break is when this happened.
Well, that was
That's been
July.
like-
That was July 4th.
Yeah, you sure it's a 20-something? He's checking in there.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Or actually, it was July
11th, wasn't it, or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Because I was in Tampa that weekend, actually, same weekend. So that was right before the All-Star break, which was the 13th. So, yeah, he did it on the 12th. It's been 4 weeks. Let's go.
I'm not saying there's a right or wrong on this, but it's
It was July 15th.
July 15th
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
okay. So we're now August 7th. So we're
Yeah.
3 weeks. So actually, we could do it right around the beginning of September. I look forward to it. I think it's going to be fascinating and fantastic. E, you're up for it, right?
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put- hey, listen, if
they
we-
were jawing at each other.
I love it.
And
Right
like
in front of the mayor.
Yeah, yeah.
Former mayor.
They and Marcel's a little angry with me.
Why?
Because he thinks I sort of
Favor ET?
No, that I've pitted the two against each other.
You have.
And that
you have. You did
I
that.
simply said it off the cuff that I think Marcel's the fastest media member in the. I mean, I saw him run a 40 for the Sharks, and the Sharks go, ooh.
Okay.
You know, so.
E does not seem to be frazzled, but he could be just bluffing a little bit. I don't know.
No.
He's cool and collected, so you never know.
Yeah. Well, it should be good. The only thing that concerns me is Marcel is more like a deer. You know, he's thinner and taller, that long stride. But he says no problem. Mojo is fast too.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
And he's not Mojo. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying you don't have to be 6'3" with a long stride to win that 40. So
I don't know that there's a right or wrong to this.
I'm glad
one.
to not be in it. By the way.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know. I don't think it's. Everybody has an opinion or whatever, but I did notice that there is I'm just keeping it real here, but there is a faction that, quite frankly, I don't know if they took delight, were happy, but whatever, that the Mean Girls lost.
Well, here's what's happened with that. There's a great irony surrounding the Mean Girls, and I think that's what offends people at this point.
Yeah.
We're
talking about the U.S. women's soccer
The
team.
U.S. women's soccer team has held this.
I'm sorry. E, can you get me a timpani roll, please? Like when you say a joke and it goes, "Trampa."
Yeah, hold on. I got you.
Yeah.
No, this is serious.
Okay.
There's an irony around the U.S. women's soccer team, and I think that's led to some of the discord. And the bottom line is this. The reason women's soccer has been what it is, okay, it's not because of the individual players that played. It's because of us, Dan, and our generation, who refused to allow girls to be pushed to the side while boys played every sport. We made girls' sports just as accessible for little American girls as it was for American boys. And we were the only country in the world that was proactive in that. So women, girls in our country for 20, 30 years now have had instruction. They've had equal opportunity to play. We said, you know what? It's not enough that 3 girls are good enough to play baseball. Let's start softball. It's not enough that the boys are playing soccer every weekend. The girls should have a soccer league. It's not enough that for other sports to be upward to have 6 and under boys basketball and not girls. Yeah. And this team, through its activism, has presented itself as they're the reason that women's sports are where they are, not the country that has blessed them with all the opportunities. And so there are those that look at Team USA women as unappreciative, as sneering at a country that gave them greater opportunity than any foe they ever faced on the world stage.
Yeah.
And by the way, that ended yesterday because you know what? The 30, 40 years of supporting and emboldening girls in sports and their upper goals, it's now the other countries do that now. We had a big head start. Other countries didn't have girls' sports and girls, development, and now they do. And so the era of women's soccer being U.S. dominated is over, and now they'll still be good, and we'll still have our times, but it's that this particular group seemed to think that they were the reason why women's soccer was what it was, and not, quite frankly, a country that they got disgusted with. Not all of them, some of them. Not recognizing, well, it is that country you're disgusted with, or you wouldn't be as good as you are in soccer and have the opportunities that you do. But I will say this: how about equal pay? Apparently, equal results. Because they perform like the men. Gave you that one. He wanted more than boom, 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 boom.
Megan Rapinoe's kick. First time she's gone far right. E!
Yeah, she usually misses left.
But anyway.
But I think that's fair, and so I think that's what grinds people.
The bottom line, though, is if you just look at the results, it was a disappointing performance by the U.S. women. They scored 1 goal in the last 3 games. They got 3 against Vietnam. And
4 in 4 games.
Yeah, 1 goal in 3 games ain't going to get it done. So for whatever reasons, they never looked good. They never looked good. They never looked like the dominant team, and they have sort of become, in a one way, like the U.S. men's basketball team, who was never expected to lose all those years, if you remember, even when it was just the college kids. 40 years in a row we won.
It's the same thing on that standpoint. The reason the world catches up with the U.S. is because the world gets the infrastructure and the commitment to their kids to allow them to get better. We were way ahead of the rest of the world when it came to the giving people the opportunity, and then that opportunity is looked at as like.
And how does how does the equal pay work? Because I think somebody told me this. You get. Like the men went to the quarters and the women made it short of the quarters and the women made it short of the quarters. So, but the men earned $10 million and the women earn $3 million, but they put it together and split it? Is that how they do it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. But anyway, so that happened this weekend, and that was – and, boy, you want to talk about losing by a millimeter. That goal, that penalty kick that Sweden got had to be reviewed by, like, the –
I mean, it was the slimmest of margins.
It was the tennis computer technology where, you start waiting, and then you see it, and you had to look close to see it. Is there a line? Because the whole ball has to be in.
Yeah, and just barely,
and
dude. Just barely. It looked
got
to the naked eye when she kicked it. It looked like it had gone in, but man, the VAR don't lie. I mean, it was the thin. You know what? Credit, by the way, if we can just take aside the hurt feelings and who's what.
Mm-hmm.
That Sweden goaltender took the juice out of U.S.
I
They had
actually-
shots, and they
I
just
actually
didn't get
woke
into it.
up Sunday morning. I don't know what time it was. It was maybe 6-something, and the game was on TV. So I was watching it. I watched about the last 25 minutes. We were way better than they were.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
they dominated the
The
game.
game
That's
was
soccer,
down in their end the whole game.
It's like a baseball game where you have second and third all day and you don't score.
Or the pitcher just
Yeah.
threw a masterpiece.
But you lost.
because the goalie was terrific. They had
But at the end of the day, there's also this too, and the pressure may have finally gotten to Megan Rapinoe. That was a huge choke by U.S.
Well, she wasn't hardly playing, and then
But
she goes
still,
in for
that's
the
a penalty kick,
Yeah.
Dan. That doesn't matter. Yeah, that shouldn't be a big deal. She wouldn't be going fourth if she weren't the fourth best at the penalty kicks.
Yeah.
So they missed, and U.S. had a chance to win because they stopped Sweden, and they missed their last two. Either one of those girls hit.
Yeah.
And they win. So this is an interesting question from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures asking us to contrast. This is the beauty of being graybeards and around here forever. Can you guys contrast and compare the locker room team chemistry between 1997 and this locker room, both coming off of unexpected success a year ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can both go. We were both in the locker room.
97. Well, I'll say this: 97 was a really young team, and
as is this one.
I kind of liken this team more to like the 99 team. Everybody thought was going to the Super Bowl. Like the 99 team was a team that,
But not really before the season, no?
Oh yes,
Yeah?
And
Because
I
98
think-
they limped out. 97
No,
they
I
limped
think-
out.
No, but we made additions. Carnell Lake and maybe I don't know if Hardy was
All right.
Hardy Nickerson.
Okay.
We made 99 was the team that I think Peter King picked them to go. 99 going in, everybody thought was our
And they
Super
were.
Bowl team, and they were.
Yeah.
They lost. They just couldn't beat the Titans.
But as to the 90s, I think his
so I'm
point
trying
is
to-
coming
no,
off
I hear what he's
unexpected success. I would answer it this way.
I kind of like it. Yeah.
I don't know about the chemistry part, but first of all, chemistry wasn't as big a buzzword then as it is now. We
Right.
didn't focus on chemistry. The chemistry there was still one of fear, intimidation of Tom Coughlin, and they're doing it by the book. And they were a talented team. They hadn't reached that level of talent that Fred had joined him, and Jimmy had become the dominant player that he was. So there was more unknown with that team. We were so excited about what happened in '96. But I think we feel a lot more sure about this team's success than we did the 97 team.
For sure, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
But 97 doubled down, okay, we're here to stay, we're going to be good. And then they went all in and went after big free agents to try and win a Super Bowl and came close in 99.
Yeah.
Chemistry-wise, though, if we're just going to use chemistry, and I think because 96 had the Andre Rison firing, there was a split locker room at times. I think the chemistry, quote-unquote, is much better now for this team than it was for that one. And I think part of that is because there was a fraction of the locker room that couldn't stand Coughlin.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, due respect, and
he-
hopefully in the
he would
Hall of
tell you
Fame in a
that.
week, he was unliked by a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
So, that's going to create a little different. Now, it worked.
Mhm.
He still pushed the buttons right, and they were very successful. So I would say chemistry, as an official term, is better with this team.
All right, let's do this. 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Right now, if you want to go see the Jumbo Shrimpy, that's what they're going to take home. We'll continue to rock and roll here on a Monday edition of The Drill. Baselli coming up top of the hour,
Yep.
so a lot to do on a Blue Monday.
It's a
Next.
Monday morning quarterback. DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Duval and defense.
The ball is out. The ball is out.
Things in Jacksonville.
Another sack for this Jacksonville defense.
Things on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, August is here, and you know what that means. It's the official start of Fantasy Football Drafting Month. This is Mike Dempsey, inviting you to get championship ready for your home league by trying out best ball leagues on Underdog Fantasy. All you do is one live snake draft with no waivers and no trades, and Underdog will set your best lineup every single week. Try it out with Underdog's Best Ball Mania tournament. The largest fantasy football contest of all time is back and even bigger, with $15 million of total prizes up for grabs, including an absurd $3 million going to the winner. Last year, the winner drafted their team in July, so don't wait around. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Sign up with promo code 1010XL to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code 1010XL. You must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey, certainly facing challenging economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Hicken here for ITP Partners. I'll admit I don't understand a ton about the economy, right? We got higher interest rates, 401ks, SEP IRAs, but I do know as I move closer to retirement, I watch my money grow. And that's because of Chris, Brian, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, the ITP Partners. You see, the Hickens have been part of ITP Partners for 3 generations, from Junibug all the way to Drew. We invest with our friends at ITP Partners. And by the way, they listen and they give you an individualized strategy where your goals are the priority. I'm telling you, they work. Get in the game, guys. ITP Partners, always there to help. You need info, Chris at ITPPartners.com, Chris at ITPPartners.com, or call them, 904-312-9751, 312-9751. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again, recognizing the local heroes in our community with a brand new car. That's right, we'll be giving away a brand new car, cash, and free oil changes for life to our local heroes. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, or your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
My partners had told me I should get my knee replaced. I was in my 40s, and I decided that I wouldn't do that.
That's orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Herzog, who found regenerative medicine years ago and became a believer.
It changed my life around. It improved me to a point where I was able to jog again.
That's when Dr. Herzog switched his focus from surgery to helping his patients with natural biologics.
I've treated at least 5,000 patients. I believe your body has everything it needs to heal itself.
Today, you'll find Dr. Herzog at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting field of medicine that can give lasting pain relief with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery.
I have patients coming up to me that I did 10 years ago saying, Doc, my elbow's still working great. I'm playing tennis 3 days a week.
Call QC Kinetics now to explore alternative ways to deal with your pain. It's a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
At Andy's Automotive and Truck Services, they know that your company's fleet is more than just a bunch of cars and trucks. It's your livelihood, your reputation, your pride. So when you need routine fleet maintenance or emergency repairs, Andy's offers after-hours and mobile service to minimize your downtime and keep your fleet running like new. While you care for your employees and customers, rest assured Andy's Automotive will take care of your fleet. Visit the team at andysats.com.
Have brunch with Dan, Jeff, and members of the PGA Tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info brought to you by
Clearwater Irrigation and J&M Roofing. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A.
Now I'm really hungry.
8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROSplumbing.com. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Universal Roof and Contracting is redefining roof replacement. You can protect your home and increase your curb appeal. Whether your roof has suffered storm damage or just worn out over time, they offer a broad array of roof materials, including metal, tile, or architectural shingles to suit your specific needs. They're the right choice for all your roofing needs. So visit universalroof.com to set up a complimentary roof inspection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
I'm Jeff Middlecall for Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping clients all over Florida with their construction perm loans for 34 years. Construction perm loans are not easy to find because a lot of banks and credit unions don't understand them, and therefore they don't like to do them. Well, your problem is solved. Trustline Mortgage wants to help you build your dream home. Our construction perm loans are single close, so you save money by not having to close twice, like with other lenders. Some of our construction perm loans allow you to lock in your interest rate up front. And if interest rates go down, we'll give you the better rate. We offer up to 100% VA loans, up to 96.5% for FHA loans, and up to 95% for conventional loans. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you build your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing lender. MLS number 331480.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Jaguar training camp continues, and head coach Doug Peterson was asked to identify a player who's showing a big improvement.
You know, I see Kevin Austin a little bit flashing and doing some really good things. I think Kevin's been the one that has done a really nice job kind of embracing that second year.
Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence commented on his decision to pass on the Netflix series Quarterback.
Decided to not do it this year. You know, that was just something where I feel like it's just not the right time for me.
Jaguars donated 250 helmets to 7 youth football teams at training camp. Tommy Johnson, president of Greater Jacks Pop Warner, talked on the impact.
Anything like this the Jaguars can do that helps our association is awesome.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here on the Drill, the Monday Morning Quarterback. FSU has earned the excitement of their fans. They did it by winning 10 last year. It's carrying over. They had another big weekend in recruiting. And it's interesting to look at the top 5 in the consensus recruiting rankings, and there at 3 is Florida, and there at 4 is Florida State. Again, FSU has won their way into that. Billy Napier has, cultured, atmosphered his way into getting recruits' attentions. FSU, I would think it could be easier to keep all those guys focused because they'll likely win 10 or more again this year. Well, you have to wonder with Florida's bountiful class if some aren't turned off if they don't have a real successful year on field. Now, the way they're selling it and narrating it down there, that won't be the determination. I think there's a long view by both the Napier and the foundation down there and the players they're bringing in. But, the news, FSU got another 5-star this weekend, and now sandwiched between Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama, Florida, and Florida State. That's how you get back to premier status in college football. It takes that year in and year out. And if you do that, you will be a perennial 10-win contender.
I thought it was really important for FSU to make some noise on the recruiting front, and they made a big old amount of noise. KJ Bolden is a outstanding safety, and for them to get him and get some other things going, vaulted them because they've been perennially
15.
under Norvell, in the 12 to 20 range, and now
that's where they were 2 weeks ago, Dan. It wasn't.
And now to move up into the top 4 or 5 is tremendous, and where they need to be, where you want to be. Like you said, if you want to be the bottom line is in college football, even as it changes, season it becomes pro football, it's still the Jimmys and Joes, and
for sure
Florida State needed that in a big way, and they got it. I think they're going to be really good this year. The more I think about them and what they have and who they're trotting out, and this potential top 10 pick, maybe top 5 pick, maybe number 1 overall pick in Jared Verse. And how
All-American level quarterback, dual threat.
And
great.
Travis
Vincent's
and
a great running back.
Running back and the receivers
They're
that they
good.
have, they've switched.
And the O-line has gone from
when
a
Norvell
big weakness to a strength.
When Norvell got there, they had a bunch of Smurfs at wide receiver, Helton and some 5'8", 5'9" guys. Now they got 6'7", 6'4", 6'4" across the board. They should be they're in position to have a huge football season for them. And if they do, they can probably keep the ball rolling. So it'll be interesting. I don't know where they're going to keep the ball rolling as the future unfolds here with all this movement in the I thought Rick Pitino had a real good tweet this weekend. I'm pretty sure it was him. And basically he said college football needs to separate from the rest of college sports. They need to go pro because the silliness of Washington's
softball
swim team having to go take on Rutgers or whatever is beyond ridiculous.
Asinine. It should be.
Yeah.
I saw another good idea.
And Drinkwitz had a good point. We've lost focus of the student athletes. Sleep is the biggest. Getting sleep is one of the big factors. Lack of sleep and mental health issues, and we put a lot on these kids' plates in all sports. In football, they're taken care of, but all the other sports, it's tough, man. You're flying commercial. You're figuring out how am I going to get from West Coast to East Coast for a weekend of baseball. I'm not getting back till probably Tuesday. I mean, it's crazy what is happening here in the world of college sports. It really is insane.
And there's also this. There are athletes that are currently playing soccer at Oregon who went to play soccer at Oregon so their parents could watch them.
Correct.
So they would play not to go across country,
Correct.
I went to play softball because this is the best softball conference in the country, and now it doesn't exist anymore. So, those are
By the way,
legitimate,
the Pac-12
legitimate
now
arguments. It's done. They're done. Yeah.
Annihilated
Yeah.
in like women's softball. They've been
Pac-12,
terrific.
the 4 remaining, you're going to have to bond with the Mountain West and just, be a whatever conference. That's where that is.
Yeah.
And the 4 that are left are terrible in sports. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Washington State, Oregon State, Cal, and I know Oregon State can flash in football, and in basketball, and they won it in baseball. So maybe it's wrong. It's wrong for 4 to get screwed because their brothers all haul butt. It really is. Yeah,
it is. And you can
feel
go
for them.
And again, football-wise, I know they're not great programs, but bro, I can name names. I mean, guys who have made. John Elway, Andrew Luck, Christian McCaffrey.
Sure.
Stanford is a proud.
Yeah.
And if you take their last, I think somebody did this. They took their last 10 years. Their record is 1 game different than Michigan.
The interesting thing about all that, with all due respect to Pac-12, basically they all left for the Big 12 or Big 10, so be it. But now FSU, here's FSU who just completely threw their conference under the bus after that board of trustees. Are we sure there's a spot?
For what now?
I
know.
I mean, because it seems now if the SEC doesn't invite FSU and Clemson, what happens with them? Does the ACC have to say, oh, you know what? On second thought, let's just stay together and try and get better. That's always an option. It's a shame they don't think about that one. Let's put a standard on Virginia Tech, North Carolina, NC State. Why can't they be as good in football as, those parallel programs in other leagues?
I'm Peter King today, and we'll head to break. We'll get Tony's opinion on a lot of things. We'll talk some Jags football as well. Somebody wrote in, I think Mike Shanahan should go in the hall. I see this is a fan. I saw the HOF candidate list was whittled down for seniors, coaches, and contributors. He lists the guys who are there, and he goes, but I think Shanahan changed the game with his zone blocking scheme, expanded the West Coast offense. His disciples, starting with his son Kyle, have taken his offense and expanded. I think Holmgren's genius and Coughlin's 2 Super Bowl wins put them in the conversation, but Shanahan's contribution to the game puts him above the others this year. And King wrote, you got lots of company, Greg. All are good candidates, but I think Shanahan and Coughlin building an expansion team into a playoff team in Jacksonville, 2 Super Bowl wins over the dynastic Patriots, have an edge on the list. So kind of what we had said.
It's down to those two.
Probably
It
come
seems
down
like
to those 2 guys, and
Well, we need the guy up there in New York to make the good. Look, the hope is this. If it's so clearly down to those 2 this year, then it's the other next.
That's what you'd hope.
I mean, I don't understand how thin. There's nothing going to from that, in this kind of vote where you're taking guys from the past.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can change between this year and next. So if it's Shanahan and Coughlin was second this year, then it should be Coughlin in next, and then move from there.
And this doesn't matter except to me, but I'd appreciate TC. I think is going to be 77, 78 this year.
No, my dad. He's already 78. I think he's my dad's age.
Is he?
I don't know when his birthday is. He's either going to turn
It's
78
or
or
it's at the end of August.
Then, yeah, I think he'll turn 78.
He's 77. He'll turn 77 this year.
Okay.
76 right now. So, and Shanny's 70. So I don't know.
That's fair.
Give me a little knock on.
Meanwhile, again, every time this comes up, and if it does again next week, I think it's almost embarrassing if you have a member of your franchise who's in the Hall of Fame and isn't in your own Ring of Honor. Maybe embarrassing is too strong a word, oversight, whatever it is, but the Jags, and they could be working on it as we speak, they need to do the right thing here and put Tom on that wall.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's another aspect as well. Breakfast with Baselli is next. You're listening to The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Play-by-play sports just sounds better on radio. For high school, college, and pro sports play-by-play, turn on 1010XL.
Cataracts can take a toll on the quality of a loved one's life. Maybe it's even your parents or someone close to you. Hey, Hicken here. I've been talking to you about Bowden Eye. And it turns out renowned cataract care is right here at Bowden Eye & Associates. Their doctors help those with cataracts feel hopeful, sometimes for the first time in a long time. If someone you love is suffering from cataracts, schedule a visit for a personal consultation. 3 locations to serve you, including the new office on County Road 210 in St. Johns County.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Hey, here's a fact. We all want to feel better, especially our back hurts. You got that pain shooting down your leg. You know who you are. It's a constant grind. It hurts to sit. It hurts to stand. It hurts to walk. It hurts to move. That's where our friend Dr. Alan Nathan's Family Chiropractic come into play. He's got a no-needle regenerative clinic. He's part of the 100-Year Lifestyle Network, helps folks diagnosed with bulging, herniated, degenerated discs, sciatica, stenosis. Dr. Nathan, you see, uses that DRX 9000 non-surgical decompression table. It'll gently unbulge and unherniate discs that are causing back pain. You don't have to do another cortisone injection. We're all living longer, but we want to live healthy, man. If you think you've tried everything, if you haven't tried Dr. Nathan's, give him a shot. He'll take care of you, and you'll resume to a regular lifestyle. Check out Dr. Nathan's and the 100-Year Lifestyle at drnathans.com. That's drnathans.com.
Oh boy, not again.
Do you feel this way every time there's rain in the forecast? Amy Salt, owner of CrossFit Salt to Tear in the Riverside area, definitely did.
I had major rain anxiety from all the water collecting outside my gym. That's why I'm so happy I reached out to Clearwater Drainage. John came out, designed a system that moved the water off of my property, and all my kettlebells are now dry. I'm sleeping so much better at night.
Clearwater Irrigation.
And drainage, too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
When you choose J-Dog Junk Removal, you're not just hiring a junk removal service. You're investing in a company that believes in making a lasting impact on the lives of our veterans and our community. J-Dog is dedicated to giving back to our local veteran organizations. They have donated over $50,000 in materials and services, ensuring that these valuable organizations have the resources they need to support our veterans. J-Dog Junk Removal, veteran-owned, veteran-operated.
Brackish Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, is the smoothest local vodka you can find. Made right here in Jacksonville, Florida, 100% from corn, Brackish Vodka is the local gluten-free choice. Brackish Vodka, for those that live life slightly salty. A proud partner of the Jaguars.
Come in and cool off with your favorite Brackish Vodka drink at the BC Grill in the Sheraton Jacksonville Hotel.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Does your home or building need painting?
For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Mike Dempsey for Dandy Foods, and happy to report that Dandy has brand new goodies out there, only available at select gate locations. 4 delicious new lunch items to choose from: a hot roast beef and provolone, an Italian Cabo that'll melt in your mouth, spicy buffalo chicken, or a big old juicy 100% beef cheeseburger. They're all served on fresh ciabatta bread, baked locally and delivered daily, just as you'd expect from the folks that bring you fresh, never frozen goodness.
Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you, yeah.
Did you know that many cooling companies are now part of big conglomerates with no connection to Northeast Florida? In the past, they have concentrated on heating and air conditioning, but after a buyout, many add plumbing and electrical services. This raises their overhead, and those costs are passed on to the consumer. It's a case where bigger isn't better, it's just more expensive. Not Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Mike Merritt remains family-owned and operated. Merritt's focus has been the same for more than 30 years, keeping Northeast Florida comfortable, no matter what the weather. And there are no overtime or weekend surcharges. Mike Merritt's team does not work on commission. They repair only what needs repair and offer replacements only on what can't be fixed. And unlike at giant corporations where you can feel like just another number, with Mike Merritt, you'll feel like number one. Florida license CACO 50384.
Honey-do list around the house just getting longer? First Coast Home Pros has handyman services you can trust. From bathroom remodeling to home repairs, First Coast Home Pros has you covered. Go to firstcoasthomepros.com.
Yo, yo, yo! Are you looking for the lowest price on car insurance? ET here for Australia Car Insurance. Call 1-800-CAR Insurance today. Australia is your quick and easy alternative to pay less for car insurance. Switch and save money. Call 1-800-CAR Insurance today.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. During FSU training camp, quarterback and highly regarded Heisman Trophy candidate Jordan Travis sounded off on the Noles' pressures and expectations for the upcoming year.
There's no added pressure. We just go out every single day and just do what we do. Work hard. Yeah, we got to stay focused and keep the main thing always.
Bryson DeChambeau matched Jim Furyk for the lowest 18 holes in pro golf. DeChambeau made a 40-foot birdie putt on the final hole on Sunday to win Live Golf at the Greenbrier by 6 shots. It was the lowest score in the Live Golf tournament and matched the 58 Jim Furyk of Jacksonville shot on August 7th. Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp homered to power over the Memphis Redbirds 8-6 on Sunday. Jacksonville now returns home to take on the Norfolk Tides in a 6-game set at 1-1 Financial Ballpark on Tuesday. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Andy's Automotive. I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Now breakfast with Boselli
On 1010XL.
Brought to you by
Epstein & Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You're going to have to engage in there. I have no phone screener, E.T., so
got you.
bring in the big fella on the...
The conversations we have during the break.
Oh,
They're
no.
priceless.
No.
They're good stuff.
We got number 355, though, on the program right now.
Big week for him.
I think we went up to 370-something. Is that correct, Tony?
371.
371. Who is 371?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, but we're up to 371?
Yeah.
All right, and you're 355. And just give us an overview. I know you had a great time. I know you played golf with Guggen Howard, which we were excited about.
You're welcome for that recommendation. By the way, Tony's on the All Pro Roofing Hotline.
Yes.
We should.
Great guy, right? You enjoyed Guggen Howard? You enjoyed the course?
Yes, Guggen Howard is
Good dude.
great
Solid.
guy. Howard's a great guy. Him and I will definitely be doing that again in the future.
Good.
And it was good. Played with his buddy Brian.
Okay.
Good dude. Howard made all the matchsticks were on the line. I got to give him credit. My brother and I were beating the you-know-what out of those guys.
He birdied at the last hole, didn't he?
They he made a 5 for 4. He got a stroke.
Okay. He sent me the scorecard. So
so
sent me a picture of you 4 in the scorecard. So I'm glad you guys were. Who was our fourth, Hick?
I made 5. He made a little 5 for 4, and I had to make a 10-footer. Otherwise, he would have lost a bunch of matchsticks. So it was well done by him.
Did we have a fourth, Hick, or was it just the 3 of us? May have just been the 3 of us.
It was just the 3.
I think it was 2.
Well, yeah, he couldn't find any friends to go with you guys. So
It's probably true. You do, yeah. That's fair.
So tell us, what was it like going up there as a Hall of Famer?
it's great.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. It's great.
It's great.
It's
What was your favorite moment? Did you have a moment? Did you meet some other Hall of Famer who you hadn't met previously? Did you talk to anyone like that?
there wasn't any one moment of that. It was just like it is. You know, you hear Hall of Famers and people talk about it being like the greatest fraternity ever, and I've said that. I really felt that this year, like going back.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, you're getting like you're getting initiated into the fraternity. You're getting welcomed, and now you go back this year. It really is truly just a group of guys who were good at the thing they love to do, the game of football, and love the game of football, and just like just hanging out and being together and sharing stories of playing against each other and other people and then non-football things, family, the business, the life. And there's a genuine. This is the other thing that really I knew. It even stood out more this first year going back. Is there's a genuine care for each other. And so it's great. It was awesome. It was just every bit of it was outstanding.
Good.
The zero pressure. Of,
yes, for sure. I bet you enjoyed that, right? Yeah.
Hang in. Going to all the parties afterwards and seeing the guys and congratulating them. I thought it was great.
Last question, and I didn't see as much, obviously, as last year, but sometimes those actual day of ceremonies, and they do it now during the daytime. It can be ungodly hot. What was the weather? How long did it take? Was it like, give me a little breakdown of the actual ceremony.
Yeah, it was long. So because for the next couple of years they're going to have probably 8 or 9.
Okay.
And then they'll go back down to like
5
or
or 6. Yeah.
Because it was interesting. I learned that this week. So the NFL started in 1920 something or whatever it was. The Hall of Fame didn't come into existence until 1963.
Okay.
And so there was a 40-year gap. And the first class was 17, and then they went down to the 5, kind of down. And so the Hall says what the Hall wants to happen is that every guy who ever played the game at least has a chance to have their case discussed or a chance to get in the room to have their case discussed.
Right.
So they're going to increase the overall seniors and really try to go back and look at those early pioneers of the game and make sure every senior at least gets in the room. No guarantee that they're going to get in, but at least they get debated in the room.
Which is good. Yep.
Yeah, because it's a fair point that you don't, once personalities and coaches and players become 80 years in the past, you don't have any idea what they were and how good they were compared to the rest unless there's something there to guide you. So that's a fair point.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. And so it made the induction a little bit longer than last year. But I thought the speeches were great. I thought I was pulled under the wings of Randall McDaniel, veteran Hall of Fame offensive lineman, to get up here with me. It took me to the shade where to sit.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Veteran move, yes.
Veteran move. So I now have, my
sunglasses for you or no sunglasses, Tone?
Sunglasses.
Okay.
Wore shorts. It was beautiful.
Did they all talk about how skinny you were? I know that was probably a big point of pride for you when you went up there. You're like, yeah. Darrelle Revis was bigger than you were, Tone.
Darrelle, yeah, a little bit. They use a different word that starts with S instead of skinny. But that's okay.
Okay. All right. I'll just guess what that is. I might
but it was
come
good.
up. Hey, Tony, we had a question earlier. it seems like chemistry is like a modern word. We didn't talk so much about chemistry back in the day. I don't remember chemistry being in there. Now, we would talk about, if there was some locker room discord, and that certainly happened, but chemistry wasn't looked at as like one of the foundations of your sports team. It probably was. We just didn't seem to categorize it that way. Did you feel a chemistry with those 96 to 99 Jags? And if you did, was it important? Because Dan and I remember those years as being, the chemistry was half the team hated the coach. There wasn't whereas this year's team, culture and chemistry seems to be like a big, one of their biggest attributes. Can you compare the eras? Are they more similar than I'm just described them?
I don't know if we talked about it, but it was there.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we had close teams. And
Okay.
Part of it was, is what you said, is like, part of it was we all had one goal in mind. Is we're going to go prove that old man wrong.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. No, I think it's always been important. But I think it might be harder to develop now than back when we played, because there was a forcing mechanism of hell of camp.
Yeah.
I mean, like, literally.
Yeah.
Like, there's all kinds of things. It's like,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of things that people, like, different organizations, like, why you hear organizations have hell weeks, and the SEALs they do. Because there's something that tests the human mind and body, and when you do it together, it brings you together, brings you closer to the group of men.
Makes you stronger,
Oh,
too, mentally and otherwise, for sure.
Yeah.
When something else goes wrong, it pales compared to other things that you've experienced. I think that's, fair.
Yeah, and so I thought, we had hard camps and it was hard things, and we went through it together, and getting the right guys in the locker room. I thought Tom did a good job of that. We probably didn't call it chemistry, but it's kind of changed over the years, hasn't it? It was chemistry
Culture
now.
maybe is the word they use. Yeah, culture. But it seems like culture now is talked about a lot more than it was back in the day. Is it just for us to find a reason why, to explain why on the field stuff has gone right or wrong?
Well, it's a buzzword for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When buzzwords come around, they tend to get overused.
A lot of buzz around the Jags this year compared to last year, I guess, when you were there, and other years just with your friendly circle of NFL alums.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the multiple Hall of Famers, national media types brought up the fact that, boy, the Jags are going to be good. And and it's interesting. It usually surrounds two people, Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, there's definitely awareness that they're for real and they got a chance to be pretty dang good.
I continue to be flummoxed a little bit by the refusal of the Jags to add any depth on the defensive line, any pass rushers. They're pretty much gone now, unless you want to. I guess you could get Ingram or Jadeveon Clowney, but I think the guys that we talked about mostly have found their clubs now. $6 million guaranteed to Justin Houston in Carolina. Boy, they're putting a lot of faith in Chase on and those guys going forward. Help me understand it.
I guess the position I'm more shocked about, Dan, is defensive back.
Mm-hmm.
Corner in specifically corner.
Yeah. I think we have a bunch of depth at safety.
Right.
But I think we lack depth at corner.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's real competition for that nickel position.
Yeah.
Darius Williams played better at the end of the year playing outside.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think and then Tyson Campbell's like the one bona fide, okay, he's the guy.
Yeah. He got kicked in the head on Saturday, too.
Right. Yep. I read that. So, those young guys are going to have to, Monteric Brown, these guys are going to have to step up because they did not go invest in a veteran corner as someone they count on.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. Yeah.
That's probably more concerning to me than the pass rush.
Okay. I just get the feel.
But you could argue both are.
Yeah, they go hand in hand, obviously.
Don't they kind of rely on each other, too?
Yeah. I guess we should continue to hope and expect or that we're going to have a top 5 offense. And if we do, we can win these games, So I think that's going to be a big part of it. Look, I think it's still a young defense. I think they're going to improve as the season goes on. But I just, again, I don't know, man. We're counting, Walker and Allen we make out to be better than they are statistically. Okay, and then
I don't know if we do. We're afraid of them.
Yeah, and then the guys. Yeah, but we keep saying, "Well, Walker." We're almost assuming that, yeah. and again, I think it's fair to expect improvement from Trayvon, especially going into his second year. So I get that. But then and Jeff was talking earlier. Maybe Devin Lloyd will line up more on the edge in pass rushing situations.
It seems like it's a plan to move him around and see if he can be a pass rushing weapon. Again, I think he had 8 sacks his last year at Utah. Is that right?
He had a lot.
Yeah,
he was like Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I think there's some potential there now that he understands the game, a little bit better. So
former Pac-12.
Yeah, your conference died on the vine, man.
Your school killed it, so I mean,
no.
Hope you're happy.
In fairness to all the schools leaving, it killed itself about a decade ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but when USC and UCLA left, that was it. The conference died that day.
Well, the big failures with them are the commissioners. The commissioners, in fairness to Tony,
their commissioner last year was cocky.
You come out with a meeting and say, "Yeah, we've got Apple." Yeah. You've had a year to find us a TV deal, and you're coming us with Apple.
This goes back to a year ago in the Pac-12.
It goes back to remember when the Big 12 was on the ropes?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pac-12, the Pac-10 almost got Texas, remember? I mean, they were this close.
They could have had them.
Yeah.
Just go take Texas and Oklahoma. They were there. They wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And we didn't pull the trigger.
Mm.
We didn't do it sake. I mean, you could have been the winner on the west of the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been you, the Big Ten, and the SEC.
Tony, who?
Now it's going to be the Big 10, Big 12, and SEC.
Tony,
the ACC's in trouble too.
Could be. Who is your bust's best friend? Like, who's it close to?
Oh, they go by class. So I'm with
my
class, Bryant Young and
Okay.
Leroy Butler.
Okay,
I love Leroy Butler.
Well, there's probably some good nighttime conversations in there. Then that's good.
Oh, Leroy Butler, I guarantee he's talking. I mean, he was back. I love that man.
I know
he is such a great person.
Yeah.
I mean, he represents Jacksonville well. I mean, that's a Jacksonville kid.
He is
a
Jacksonville
I'm all
kid.
about Duval. Jacksonville's my hometown, but that is a born and raised native Jacksonville kid, and he represents this place like a rock star. He is such a good dude.
He is. He was always terrific with us. I've told this story a million times, but there was a time where you could go over to Tallahassee, get this, Tone, in the old days, and you'd want to do interviews, and they would literally say you would go to what is called a Rolodex. Kids don't know what that is, but it had their names and addresses and numbers. And you could call. They'd say, just go give him a call, and you'd call Leroy and say, we're in Tallahassee or Edgar Bennett, and those guys would come over right away and do a sit-down interview with you.
Those were the days, right? It's like going to we used to go to Daytona, Tony, and like the biggest stars in the sport would literally be under the hood of their car. You just walk right up to them and join them, stick your microphone in there.
Oh, yeah.
Things have changed.
Things have changed.
Just give us real quick, Tom, before we let you go. Give us your opinion on what you've been able to see and hear about the tackles in particular, right? With Walker Little, starting a year as a starter for the first time, and with a rookie on the other side who's had a bit of a shoulder, and with Cam waiting in the wings. Just how do you view that position through a week and a half of camp?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the first day of padded practice.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And then I went to Canton. So I have been reading and trying to watch from a distance. It sure feels like and sounds like, and when I saw that Walker Little is playing good football.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a good job, and they're moving around.
Right.
And they're trying both Cam at left guard and Walker at left guard. Cam, both at left tackle. The rookie in the shoulder is concerning. Like not super concerning, but you want the guy to get reps because Cam's leaving for 4 games. And so, and if I'm not mistaken, and I'm heading down there right after I got off the phone here. But if I'm not mistaken, he did do more yesterday in pads.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Did you guys go out there?
I was out there Saturday, and they've integrated him back in some. when you got a shoulder tone, what is that? That's a little concerning, isn't it?
That's what I said. That's concerning. He's missed a week of practice pretty much.
Right.
I'm not trying to, raise the alarm bells or ring the alarm bells or anything.
That's fine.
But I was been watching that and they're not saying anything because they don't have to, and I wouldn't either. But just curious, week, and so I was happy to see that it felt like, at least as I was reading on Twitter, he was getting integrated in more yesterday. And I'm excited to go down and see how that's going today.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, I think it's what I said earlier. I think this is the most talented team. It has the best in the division now. It has the best coach and best quarterback in the division, in my opinion. Offensive coach. It's hard to argue Vrabel's a great coach too. So listen, Vrabel's a hell of a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Doug's a hell of a coach, but I'm going to say Doug's a notch above Mike Vrabel as a head coach.
Yeah.
Because he has a Super Bowl ring, Vrabel does not.
Sure.
So you got the best head coach, you got the best quarterback, and that's going to win you games if those guys are doing their jobs. And I think they got all kinds of weapons at the skill positions. Defense is going to be I don't know what to expect. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I haven't seen a bunch, but watching and hearing and talking to people, it does not sound like Trayvon and Josh are dominating drills.
No. Not at all. I think they've had. I think they win a battle here and a battle there, and when they do, it's noted. And I think they, again, Walker is a guy who will improve. It's just how much are they going to improve? What ultimately will those guys be? Josh Allen is a good football player, but he's not what we all get that, but he's not what we had hoped, especially coming after his rookie season when he had 10.5 sacks.
So hopefully, I don't want to read too much into that, but I'd feel better if they were just disrupting everything right now.
Right.
And I worry about corner. I really do.
Yeah.
I think our linebackers and our safeties are great.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got a good point, too, because Campbell's out as he's in protocol, but he was signing autographs yesterday, so I don't think it's extremely serious. But nonetheless, still concussion. But then you're talking about guys like the other Campbell, right? You're talking about
Tavon.
Buster Brown, Greg Jr. Mike Caldwell today talked about Devad Wilson, who's a undrafted
a lot of
free
people
agent.
talking.
Yeah, so those are the guys.
It's like Antonio Johnson in that slot probably is the kind of the X factor. Can he really play there? I mean,
I don't know. That's
safety's
a good question.
moving to slot.
He's been singled out a lot, and he's played. Yeah. I think he's had a good camp. I think he's going to help the kid from Texas
Antonio
A&M.
Johnson, the safety from Texas A&M, but he's
junior.
What now?
Antonio Johnson from Texas A&M. He's a 5th-round pick. He's long and.
I thought you said junior. Johnson's the real long guy.
Yeah, really long, and they love him on special teams, and I think he's gonna be a guy.
Listen, I'm all about it.
Oh, I get you. Yeah,
that's a rookie.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, for sure.
And didn't he play safety?
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, Tony, they're counting on, and we'll see if they're right. They're counting on marked improvement in the second year under a system with the gang all back together. I think they're also banking on this, and it is a stat that makes no sense. It makes no sense that the Jaguars were second in pressures, one behind the Chiefs, tied with the Eagles, yet had just a fraction of the sacks of those two teams. So I think they're also banking on that stat correcting itself.
I hope they're right.
Yeah.
I've always wondered about that pressure stat.
What does it mean exactly?
We do too.
But it correlates for everyone but us from a year ago. That's what the strangest.
It does.
Yeah,
and that's where I get hopeful.
Yeah.
And Jeff, I'm not down on this defense or anything. I'm just saying the areas of concern for me are the two. One that Dan brought up. You got to rush the passer, and you're right. The pressures were there last year. And that can be a predicting kind of predictor.
Yeah, predictor. You bet it can.
Yep, and then, but I worry about the corner. I've been saying.
That's fair.
I've been saying on this show. Since
yes, you have. No, especially if there's an injury. I mean, if you're trotting Williams and Tyson out, I think you're okay. But very rarely do you trot guys out.
Huh? Who's the nickel?
I know. Trey Herndon.
You're in the nickel.
Buster Brown. Chris Claybrooks. Yeah.
You're nickels 70% of the time.
Well, maybe that is a move that will still be made. Maybe it will, because there's still a lot of sorting here. There are going to be proven players that are going to be included in rounds of cuts coming up, and so.
No, I agree, and I love Trey Herndon. Trey Herndon is a physical guy, tough guy, great special teams guy, but he struggles in man coverage.
Yeah.
It limits what you can do.
Which is what the slot provides for the most part. Are you back home yet, or are you still up there?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Hadn't seen the wife for quite a while. I might have had a couple of adult beverages last night with her. And
you want to go any further? Any more explainers there, or we just jump
no,
to our
I-
own conclusions?
I'm saying I'm running a little late.
I got you.
I slept a little later today.
Good for you. That's
Well,
the Hall of Fame lifestyle,
Well,
fat and happy.
I get, the Saturday night, the Hall of Fame night, it's not just my party. I went to all the parties.
Of course you did.
Parties.
Yeah,
Went
like
to
those,
Zach Thomas.
like they did. That was fun being at your party, having other Hall of Famers stop by to your party.
I
So
did.
yeah, now
Going
you're
to
the
Zach
crasher.
Thomas's, which was great.
All right.
What a good dude he is. I thought his speech was outstanding too. By the way.
Yeah, Jimmy looked like he was about to cry.
No, he about to. He
did. Did he? Okay.
I was right there. He was crying.
Nice.
And then went to Joe Thomas's party. Got to go support the offensive line. And then went to Rondé's party. And I thought, I played against Rondé. And
National guy, too. You got to make your appearances. You're a national guy.
Rondé, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
You talk about
Yeah.
it's a great story. But it was fun. Good music and a lot of food. But then, I didn't get to bed till like 1:30 in the morning. I had to get up at 6.
Ooh.
Get to pack, and my brother was with me, and get everything, go to the airport in Cleveland and catch a flight home.
Good deal, man. All right, well, good catching
So
up
it wasn't
with
a lot of sleep is my point.
Yep. Good.
I was going to tell you guys one last thing. Let me tell you one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
No different than a locker room. The offensive linemen hang together.
That's funny. It's believable.
Yeah.
It was so. This was as much fun as anything. So me, Alan Faneca, Steve Hutchinson, and Walter Jones.
Those
Alan
are your guys. That's your crew, the Four Horsemen.
Alan and Steve had their wives. Yeah, we hang out the whole time. I had my little brother, Walt. It was just Walt, and the guy who drove us all the times. We drug him along. We got a bus. We wrangled a Hall of Fame bus and had them drive us around to all the parties.
Well, that's good. Well, and the good news is you can do it every year.
Oh, every year.
Yeah, good for you.
Then we have
Maybe next year Tom's with you.
This luncheon, we have the offensive
You're going to
line
throw
baseball.
Tom in the bus with you? You're going to let him hang with the offensive line? You're going to let him do his own thing?
First of all, Tom, if you like, I'm going to bed.
That's part of the joke, my friend.
I look forward to having celebrating Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if everyone saw my tweet, but
I did.
I hope the voters, because it's one. Obviously, I'm going to promote Fred, Jimmy, and Tom.
Right.
My guys.
Right.
Obviously, you almost discount.
But they're
what I say.
worthy. They're all three worthy.
They're all worthy, but
Yeah.
here's my point. And I'm not going to say any names because these guys said it to me personally, the Hall of Famers. I hope the voters go talk to the Hall of Famers
Right.
who played against Jimmy and Fred and ask them where they rank against guys they had to go stop.
Well, that
No,
should be
yeah.
included with anyone that's making decisions. I almost wonder if you're ever going to get to a point where the Hall of Famers themselves have a portion of the vote. I've always thought that was kind
Well, we already have. Well, there's 4 Hall of Famers on the committee now.
Okay. All right, well, that's good.
Yep. There's James Lofton, Dan Fouts, Bill Polian, and Tony Dungy.
All right. Okay, well, good.
But I would just say this, and I know those guys. I've been in that where they sit waiting and hoping and wondering, and you almost get to the point where you're like, I wish everyone just stopped talking about it. But it was like, I was sitting there and you talk to guys, because everyone tells stories about you play, and I just like asking guys what they think.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
and you'll glean more and more of that as the years go by.
Yeah, and one corner is like, Jimmy, he's the toughest guy to play against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask the Ravens. That great Ravens D gave about 300 to our guy, Jimmy Smith.
Well, they did.
So I know and the hard thing is there's a bunch of guys out there that deserve, and it's hard to get in. And this is what I tell everybody, and I tell Jimmy, Fred, and Tom this. They know it, because I used to say it, Dan and Jeff. You know this.
Oh yeah.
Is that's why I was disappointed, but I would never talk down another player because it's hard, and it should be hard to get into the Hall of Fame.
I get it. I get it.
And it's an exclusive club.
We'll find out next week about Tom, I think. Aug 15, I think, is and they appears like it's him or Shanahan. So we shall see.
Yeah, I hope he goes.
Tone, have a great week. We'll talk to you next Monday.
All right, my man. Thanks, Tone.
Yeah.
All right, that's a Breakfast with Pacelli. The ESPN crew has made its rounds to Jags camp. I'll give you their observations. We'll see if any of that buzz that Hicken so craves is coming out of at least that platform. Also, is there a chance that 2 former Gators are going to be starting quarterbacks week 1? Maybe. That as well. You're listening to The Drill, the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Remember the voice in your head? The one that said,
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Here's the place it came from.
1010XL.
Key Buick GMC. Save up to $6,000 on new Buicks and no payments until 2024. That's no payments until next year. Combine big savings with low APR to fit any budget, like 4.84% APR for up to 72 months. Remember, whenever you purchase a brand new Buick or GMC from Key, it comes with the lifetime powertrain warranty. We are professional grade. Stop in today and ask for Derek or Brian. Key Buick GMC on the corner of South Side and Gate, or go to KeyBuickGMC.com.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE, the medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most advanced treatments to eliminate ED and PE. 98% of men experience instant results on their first office visit. They're even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Don't just take our word for it. Call Prime Men's Medical Center now for our limited time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Frank Frangie here. Do you find yourself straining to catch every word, missing out on the sweet sounds of life? Then you need to go to see Jerry Howard at Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates. His team will assess your hearing needs with a free screening and recommend a personalized solution. Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates offers professional quality hearing health care with the most competitive pricing. Call 404-5108. That's 404-5108 or visit PonteVedraHearing.com today.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter. Business owners know Andy's Automotive and Truck Services for routine fleet maintenance or emergency repairs. Andy's offers after-hours and mobile service to minimize downtime and keep your fleet on the road. Visit andysats.com.
He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe he's got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Hurricane season is here. Make sure your home is protected by scheduling a complimentary roof inspection with Universal Roof Contracting. And right now, get 10% off roof replacement and repairs. The first 50 callers will save an additional $500 on a full roof replacement, plus flexible financing. This offer expires August 31st and restrictions apply. Universal Roof and Contracting, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 1330747, CVC 1258484.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
The game of golf has never been more popular.
and Hidden Hills Golf Club welcomes everyone. You'll love our friendly staff and fantastic golf course. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com or give us a call at 620-0910.
When you have an orthopedic injury and need a specialist, I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like a pro. If you're in need of orthopedic care, call us today. We genuinely appreciate our patients and look forward to helping you. Online at se-ortho.com.
Where everyone is treated like a pro.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Slide, safe, and in to score is Jimenez. And another hustle double. Right over the bag at first. Now Hosey and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're swinging. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson.
You've probably seen the fight by now.
That's wonderful play-by-play call, by the way.
That's
Tom
where you
Hamilton.
make your reputation. By the way,
Yeah.
anyone can do this. Runner on second. Here's the stretch. The pitch from Gonzalez. There's a drive to center field. That should be easy for Acuna. And 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Everyone, it's when stuff goes crazy, right? That
Yeah,
you
he was
can.
good.
He was gave great play. It happened just like you said. Tim Anderson made a damn fool out of himself. He bowed up and then got knocked out.
Well, he dropped his glove and assumed the position.
Correct.
I mean, what are we doing?
He landed the first. He threw the first punch.
Yeah.
Landed like grazing blows, but
And then he
Ramirez.
goes to social media and acts all silly yesterday. He was clearly woozy. He got knocked down. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's
He hit him in the ear. Yeah, you're damn right. He took him out on a stretcher. They should have.
I got a Dan Hickens stat of the day for you.
Boy.
Yeah, if you don't mind, sir. Sorry to
His
spring that
name
up.
is
Thank you.
Hicken. He's Jacksonville's favorite sportscaster.
Thank you.
I know it doesn't rhyme. It's Dan Hicken, stat of the day.
Love you, balls. Saturday marked the third time in 2 decades that all 15 Major League Baseball games drew more than 30,000 fans. 13 games actually over 35,000 Saturday night. Clearly, they weren't in Oakland or Tampa.
Well, Oakland played the Giants.
Yeah.
And the Rays were on the road.
Yeah.
So Oakland and the Giants drew.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's that that geographic rival.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. It speaks to a healthy game, a healthy sport, which I like. I mean, it's baseball is the one that stayed the most true to its roots.
Yeah.
Through all of the opinions of sports and through these last 10 or 12 years, baseball for the most part stayed out of it, right?
Yeah.
And they're just trotting out America's game, and we'll see. So there is that. ESPN is in town. They're offering up the latest buzz from Jaguars camp. You want buzz, Dan Hicken? It's
I want buzz.
It's like they were listening this morning. So through 2 weeks, the national reporters have hit the road. You may have seen them here last year, but they kind of weigh in on what they saw in Jacksonville, and there is a lot of buzz, whether you're here, there, or anywhere around, Calvin Ridley, right?
Yeah,
and that's
sure.
and Trevor,
yeah,
his firm grab, and that's not to be overlooked.
No,
well, you don't want to devalue how important that is to just keep taking those firm steps as a franchise quarterback, because this is the year that we go from, more than capable, good quarterback to franchise quarterback. Fair?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, there's this narrative emerging.
Okay.
There seems to be a real belief in Tampa that, and you brought this up, but it's got another weekend to kind of buoy this thought, that Kyle Trask could very well be the starter in Tampa.
Yeah.
I had a question on the text line earlier today, talking about lifetime and closers. An answer that seems to be getting easier as we get closer, but the question was, who will be starting at quarterback for Indianapolis week 1?
Richardson.
It feels like definitely Richardson now, where there may have been something. Maybe there was never anything.
I never felt there was,
never
but
did.
You guys kind of seem to think Minshew might get the
Well, maybe a
start.
start or two, just
Yeah.
to.
What's the point?
But it certainly adds an unknown. I think I'd rather Richardson start against the Jags, but I also think Richardson brings an unknown danger. You let him stay in the game, and he goes off script for 84 yards. He can do that.
I don't know if he can do it in the NFL, but
I do. If Fields and all the others can, then so can he. He's bigger and just as fast.
Yeah.
So, I have no doubt that he can take off and scramble and go 88 yards for a touchdown. That's not – and by the way, that is That's what these.
As long as we have a minute 30 on the clock, Price, we'll be fine.
I know this. We don't have a linebacker that can catch him. But yeah,
that may be true.
So
we don't have a linebacker who's that size. I mean, good gracious, he's a big kid. So
they're going through position battles.
Yeah,
around the league, training camp position battles within both the AFC and the NFC,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them involve quarterbacks. Indianapolis, Tampa would be among them, but here in Jacksonville, we know it's not the quarterback. What they say, and accurately, and we just talked a lot about it, that the nickel corner is the biggest camp battle right now, and you don't really get a sense there's a leader. I think it's Trey Herndon by incumbency.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Greg Jr. is another guy who's gotten a little bit of,
Mm-hmm.
and Tony mentioned it. We were talking about Antonio Johnson, but Greg Jr. Listen, if coaches are mentioning guys, that means a lot to me. Like Kevin Austin.
Well, but here's the point.
Yeah.
This is where I come back.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's got to play, so you
Yeah.
got to mention somebody.
Okay.
So who are you going to mention?
Well, okay, then let's change sides of the ball because here's another,
like last year, Tim Jones was the guy.
Yeah.
What'd he do for us during the season?
Yeah, 3 catches maybe.
Caught some screen bubbles.
Ended up not needing them, though,
Yeah.
in fairness.
Oh, yeah, but I mean.
Well, like Kevin Austin, the coaches, the players, and Trevor himself, that tells me, I'm just saying, if I'm looking to be identified who's flashing, that's him, not who I think from the one practice I went to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Interesting move by the Eagles, I thought, over the weekend with Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham both signing with that team.
They want to – that's kind of a 2-for-1, probably who plays the other.
Well, they did it last year with Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph on the D-line.
Did they keep them both?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham matching one-year deals worth up to $2.5 million.
Well,
I thought Miles Jack was done, but I guess maybe not.
Miles Jack wasn't done.
He wasn't done. All right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Summer Sun. Get the summer feeling on Jacksonville's summer station. 1010XL. 1010XL.
Whether it's a large commercial project or a multifamily property, trust All Pro Roofing for exceptional craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We use only the finest materials, ensuring durability and long-lasting results. Plus, All Pro Roofing now has a full siding and windows division. That's right, All Pro Roofing is not just about roofs anymore. All Pro Roofing, now your trusted partner for commercial roofing, multifamily projects, exterior siding, and windows. AllProRoofingLLC.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Nimnick Buick GMC. Be ready for anything on the road or off the road this summer at Nimnick Buick GMC. Popular Buick and GMC models arriving daily. No one will ever pay over MSRP. Stop by their showroom on Phillips Highway just south of I-295. Shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com if you want. You want an oil change from the comfort of your living room? How about Nimnick Buick GMC? Now offers mobile oil changes across all Jacksonville communities. Nimnick will come to your home or office, change your oil and filters, rotate your tires, top off your fluids, and even change your wiper blades or replace your battery. How easy is that? Book it online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. In the business for 82 years. That's one reason why they do business the right way. They're family-owned, they're family-operated. No one cares more about their customer before and after the sale. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade. Hey guys, Hicken here. It's hot. The oven is on, and it ain't getting any cooler. Unless you stay cooler with Bueller. Bueller Air, still locally owned and still treating their growing customer base like they're part of the family. Go ahead and Google them yourself. Bueller Air, B-U-E-H-L-E-R. You won't find better rated air conditioning company in town. I use them, so I already know. Like I said, it's getting hotter than ever outside, so stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying. They can also signal a major problem or electrical emergency. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
888-8-SPARKY. Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-686-8255 760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Got chronic joint pain but want to avoid steroids and surgery? Take some advice from pro football legend Emmitt Smith. Call QC Kinetics.
Let QC Kinetics help you improve your quality of life with biologic therapies that get your body to repair and restore damaged tissue.
These exciting new regenerative treatments from local medical professionals can help your body heal itself with lasting pain relief.
Trust me, you want to avoid surgery if you can. Check out these biologic treatments to see what your options are.
QC Kinetics. Restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime, no surgery, no drugs.
I'm talking about joint pain we all can relate to in your knees, your shoulders, your hips, and your lower back. They'll get you feeling good again.
Get relief now.
What are you waiting on? Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Pick it here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
Do you have a plumbing problem that's making you feel like a sitting duck? Call Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic. Our team of expert plumbers will have your pipes flowing smoothly in no time. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you choose J-Dog Junk Removal, you're not just hiring a junk removal service. You're investing in a company that believes in making a lasting impact on the lives of our veterans and our community. J-Dog is dedicated to giving back to our local veteran organizations. They have donated over $50,000 in materials and services, ensuring that these valuable organizations have the resources they need to support our veterans. J-Dog Junk Removal, veteran-owned, veteran-operated.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate, get the best guarantee in the window replacement business, save money on your new windows, and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Jacksonville Jaguar coach Doug Peterson called Saturday's period of training camp a test of his team's mental toughness. 3 consecutive days in full pads for a total of 155 sweltering minutes in full pads at the Miller Electric Center. The Jaguars rookie class continues to impress. Antonio Johnson was drafted by the Jaguars in the 5th round of the 2023 NFL Draft, and he's soaking in the knowledge of the veteran players.
Learning from them how to keep my body healthy during this whole process, and just they keep telling me to just stay in the playbook.
Jacksonville Jaguars 6th round draft pick from Pittsburgh, Eric Hallett II, has also made a quick splash in training camp with his knack for getting his hands on the ball. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Here's an interesting stat from Peter King this morning. Taylor Swift played 3 concerts at Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. 64,800 fans per. So that's 194,400 tickets sold. Her 3 shows had fewer than 800 no-shows total.
That's unbelievable.
In the NFL, the average no-show total per stadium is about 10%, or an average of about 7,000 per fans. That means 10% no-shows on average. bypass the biggest sport in America. 0.4% no-show. Skip
Yeah,
Swift.
that's a stretch.
It's interesting.
If Taylor Swift played in Atlanta every Sunday, week after week, year after year, she too would have no-shows that would be
Well, that's
represented.
3 versus 8 or 9.
Yeah,
That's
but
football.
it's not 8 or 9. It's 8 or 9 times. How many years have you been in that town? I mean, it's all the time. You have all.
I
these
would suggest
opportunities.
Atlanta has a lot more no-shows.
Yeah, but my point, yeah, and that's fair. But if they're good, no. And my
Yeah.
point would be that if you miss Taylor Swift, you know you've missed her. You can't go next week and see her.
Here's a little bit of an uncomfortable conversation, and I don't know what is true and what isn't true, but it struck me when I was reading it the other day. And I'm talking about former Gator quarterback Jalen Kitna. So Jalen Kitna, was
downloaded child pornography.
Allegedly.
Well, he's admitted that.
Well,
is he backtracking on that?
I don't think he admitted that. His child pornography charges were dropped.
Correct.
He came out and spoke, and what he said, if true, made me think that young man deserves his entire life back. I don't know that he'll ever get it. And
Okay. What are the specifics?
And this goes to I'm about to say this, but this goes to the old, and we've seen this in our industry a zillion times, where somebody is accused of something.
Front page.
Front page. We're trial and jury.
Mm-hmm.
And we convict, and then months later, back page. And this is proof, as you said, because you don't know the full story yet, and that's fine. Not everybody does. But this is what he said. Knowing the accusations levied against me as a teenager were not accurate and would be proven to be not true. The extensive 6-month-long investigation brought the prosecution to the conclusion I knew all along. This was not a child pornography case. Gainesville police arrested Kitna November 30th. They received a tip that a Discord user, I don't know what that is, shared an explicit photo of a prepubescent girl on the platform. He faced 3 counts of possession of child pornography, 2 counts of distribution of child exploitation material. That was reported. Then the 19-year-old said he cooperated with detectives, provided his passwords as they investigated the tip. They told me an image I shared online was potentially of an underage female. I was shocked because I had found it on an easily accessible legal site, and I was never looking for illegal material. The photo included only a portion of the female body. I had no reason to believe the photo might be illegal. Regardless, they arrested me on suspicion of possessing child porn. As they put me in handcuffs, I tried to process everything. It sounded like they believed I searched out and shared illegal pictures, but I knew that I had not. Kitna hoped he would be exonerated by the public eye, but says he's receiving judgment from people only regarding the original reports. Reached an agreement with Florida prosecutors on July 5th, pleaded no contest to 1 count of misdemeanor breach of the peace, disorderly conduct, which is not an admission of guilt.
I don't understand this. I mean, that's a lot of nerve on the legal system. If we can't get you on child porn, here's disturbing the peace or whatever. What does that even mean?
I mean, it sounds like it again.
Sounds like the FSU week one of the Knowles called.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he showed a picture of maybe a girl's bum or whatever, a young lady. I don't know. It's whatever's wrong.
Well, you'd have to see what the picture is to know. But if they're not, listen, I will say this: typically, when celebrity gets rung up on child, pornography, downloading or otherwise, they hit them.
Yeah.
They go to jail. They don't mess around. We've had guys in the
100%,
art industry.
Yes.
There was a Gator broadcaster, was a member of the Jags PR staff at one point years ago that got embroiled in this downloading and sharing business. They went to jail for a decade.
My family and I emphatically believe child pornography should not exist in our world. I did not commit a crime of this nature. The facts of the investigation and the resolution show this. I hope this statement will bring clarity to all those who care to know the truth. He was kicked off the team, obviously, after his arrest, handed a campus ban, which he says the school lifted following his case in court. But he can't. But the team's not taking him back. Can he find another college to go play football?
I think so.
At?
I mean, if he's any good, he can. If he's good enough to play college football, that shouldn't keep him out. But you're right. That's a damn dirty shame if you're.
I mean, it
improperly
sucks.
because he's so.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. He's such a bit guy to begin with.
Right.
This isn't like. I mean, it would stink no matter who you were.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. That's
And
a
I
hard one.
wonder-
There's nothing like being
It's a hard
falsely
one.
accused.
It's
and
a
you-
hard one.
I mean, think about it. I saw this thing on Dateline over the weekend. My man got charged for a murder in New York that he never committed. He was in jail for 24 years before you realize that they they never had anything on him, and that sucks, dude.
Like
yeah.
the old Brian Banks, the
Yeah.
stud linebacker.
Yeah.
You know, the girl
If-
cried
yeah,
rape.
those are
He
the
had
worst.
He had to go undergo extensive psychosexual
Yeah.
evaluation.
I will say this though, I need to know what it was, because if there's any part of any little kid's bum or whatever,
I don't
that's
think it was a little
wrong.
kid. I think it's somebody who
If it's is it prepubescent?
No, it wasn't.
Well, then how does this all happen? How did they
Right.
ever dare
That's
charge
what I'm
him
wondering.
without any proof or evidence?
That's what I'm wondering. Now, again, this is his side of the story. I don't know. Is it truth somewhere in between? Is there? I don't know. But I just, again, I hate to see that for people. And like you said, there's far worse. You know, he's got the opportunity to pick up his life.
Well, in fact, I don't know why you charge publicly before you have any evidence. Why do you charge arrest and then do the research and find out there's nothing there? That's weak. That sounds like it's targeted. But it's not a big enough profile for that to happen.
I just thought that was worth mentioning and discussing.
I would sue the pants off of Florida, the legal system. I would sue the pants off of everyone if this ultimately is resolved as there's no guilt. That's ridiculous. I mean, at some point, and by the way, if I'm a player on Florida, if I'm a believer in Florida, I've lost a little belief because here we're all on the same team, right? We're a brotherhood. Oh, until you don't hear my side of the story and banish me. I mean, Florida cutting him immediately emboldened the headline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oof.
Yeah. So anyway, that occurred over the weekend, and I thought certainly it was worth mentioning. All right, we're heading into the 9 o'clock hour. It's all coming up right here on The Drill.
It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Taking the middle of your day to a whole new level.
Look, you guys, they're just all really cool kids. And if they were mine, I would be so proud.
XL Prime Time.
And I am proud just to even know them.
Weekdays noon to 3 on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, August is here, and you know what that means. It's the official start of Fantasy Football Drafting Month. This is Mike Dempsey, inviting you to get championship ready for your home league by trying out best ball leagues on Underdog Fantasy. All you do is one live snake draft with no waivers and no trades, and Underdog will set your best lineup every single week. Try it out with Underdog's Best Ball Mania tournament. The largest fantasy football contest of all time is back and even bigger, with $15 million of total prizes up for grabs, including an absurd $3 million going to the winner. Last year, the winner drafted their team in July, so don't wait around. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Sign up with promo code 1010XL to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code 1010XL. You must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey, come to Bound Eye for all your eye care needs. Hicken here. Did you know that diabetes is a leading cause of blindness? Affects up to 34 million Americans. Man, don't take this stuff lightly. If you have diabetes, see your favorite Bound Eye doc. Save your vision. Bound Eye, dedicated to the protection and the preservation of the treasure gift of sight. Bound Eye and Associates. Visit today for a personal consultation. Bound Eye keeps the First Coast focused. New location now open off County Road 210 in St. Johns County.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Lauren Brooks here. Tired of joint pain holding you back? Try BioTarget from Injury Care Centers. This treatment will prolong the life of your joints by targeting the root of your pain and delivering more regenerative cells to the affected area, ensuring faster and more effective healing, making BioTarget the most advanced regenerative treatment. For a limited time, BioTarget starts as low as $499. Call Injury Care Centers or visit GoBioTarget.com. That's GoBioTarget.com.
Craving a cold one? Well, zip into one of the great Gate locations you see all over town and pick up a cold Bud Light, or a Natty, or an Ultra, maybe a 12-pack of the King of Beers, or some cold Coronas. It's all happening at your local Gate convenience store. Slide on in today.
In your free time, the last thing you want to do is clean your house.
Right.
First Coast Home Pros offers luxurious maid services you can trust. Weekly, bi-weekly, or even one-time deep house cleaning. FirstCoastHomePros.com. FirstCoastHomePros.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews are through the roof, and I challenge any law firm to compare results. Clients continue switching to us from other firms because we continue delivering. Recently, a car accident client left a big firm, and Woolsey Morecambe got her 10 times what they said it was worth. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe, 638-4235.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Tired of overpaying for tires? Cruise into Tire Outlet for the best selection, best quality, and best prices on the tires you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. With over 40 years of experience and 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust to perform great service at a great price. Our technicians are ready to do the maintenance and repairs to your vehicle performing its best. Tire Outlet, wholesale prices, premium service.
Tire Outlet.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Sports injuries are a common issue for both adults and children. Dr. George Barry here, and as a specialist in orthopedic care, the team at Barry Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here in Jacksonville provides comprehensive diagnosis and treatment of all types of sports injuries. With additional training in sports medicine and more than 30 years of experience, the team is available to care for your entire family and help you have fun and stay active. Visit us today at BarryOrthopedics.com.
And don't forget to check out Breaking Bones Sunday morning, 7:30 on 1010XL.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. The Florida Gators continued training camp on Saturday with two noticeable absences from practice. Florida senior wide receiver Ricky Pearsall and sophomore defensive back Devin Moore. Pearsall set out due to an undisclosed illness, while Moore was out with an upper body injury. Former Florida Gators quarterback Jalen Kitna broke his silence 1 month after his child pornography charges were dropped. Gainesville police arrested Kitna, the son of retired NFL quarterback John Kitna, last November. In the statement, Kitna says, I knew all along this was not a child pornography case. Bowles received the Florida High School Athletic Association's Floyd E. Lay Sunshine Cup for Class 4A schools. The annual competition recognizes excellence across all sports. The school earned FHSAA championships for the 22-23 season in cross country, swimming, and track. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Monahan Jewelers. I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. This is your Duval Minute, brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
What if I told you that our guy had more rushing yards than guys like Aaron Jones or Najee Harris? What if I told you that our guy had more yards per carry than Josh Jacobs, than Derrick Henry, than Saquon Barkley, than Dalvin Cook? What if I told you that our guy had only 220 carries but could be having a breakout year? Yeah, you want and expect someone to come up big, much like Trevor with throwing the football. Look for Travis Etienne to have a big year running the ball. And that's your Duval Minutes, brought to you by Lift Power. Lift Power, man, in search of a forklift rental. Lift Power has more than 900 machines in its rental inventory, a diverse fleet of indoor and outdoor forklifts ranging from 3,000 to 10,000 pounds from top-name brands. They customize, deliver, and service all forklifts to meet each customer's needs. All you got to do, contact Lift Power today at liftpower.com/contact to learn more.
Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
It's intimidating music.
You know, before we bring in Gibby,
strikes fear in the opponent's heart.
I'm going to give a shout-out to the social media guy for the Jacksonville Sharks.
Okay.
Very creative.
Okay.
Funny guy.
I guess I missed that, being Twitterless Jeff, or
Yeah.
now X-less Jeff.
E, do you know who that is? You probably don't.
It's a gang of them, I believe.
Well, whoever does it, whoever heads it up, they talk some good trash.
They trash talk. That's the new way now. Teams will do
That's
that.
deservedly so.
Yeah.
They say, you wonder why we don't go into the league that Orlando's going in?
Yeah.
Here's why. 62 to 18. Or just constant.
That's fair, too, by the
Constant
way.
trashing
Yeah.
of the Orlando franchise,
That's fair.
which I enjoy.
One step away. Listen, it has seemed all year, I'm far from the experts of the league, but it sure has seemed like Jacksonville and Carolina are the two best teams, and as we should have it, those two will play for a title coming up this Saturday at home. And so, Sharks coach Jason Gibson right now on the All-Pro Roofing Hotline.
Gibby.
What's going on?
Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
Got one more to go, and this is where maybe that regular season finale loss up there, and I know you had some personnel get your guys' attention. It can serve maybe as a plus, or no? Is that a reach?
It's kind of good. Maybe they'll look at the film and think that they have our number. So, we were trying to keep guys healthy and get ready for that first playoff win and get it done, and that's what we did. So.
You're always nervous when you get to the postseason. I mean, your team has proven to be much better than Orlando through the years, and I know you were confident going in, but there's always the postseason hijinks, so I had to feel good to go out and just road grade them, man. Lay the lumber.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was nervous, but in a good way. So that was a big game. That was a must-win to get to this point in time, to get to the championship game and get it here in Jacksonville. That's the big thing, get it here at the VyStar in front of our fans at the Shark Tank. So that was huge. That was a huge win, and we just left coaches' meetings, and I think we got a good game plan to go out there and hopefully hoist the trophy up.
Yeah, just a dominating win. Tell us, when did you know? I know you coaches. You go till the final whistle. You might be up by 40 at the half, and you'll tell them, "Look, it's 0-0 getting out there, boys."
That's what I said too. That's not a lie.
Boys.
At halftime, I said, "I don't care what the score is. It's 0-0. We got to win the second half."
Yeah. But deep down inside, man, that was an ass-kicking, Coach.
Well, let's call a spade a spade. Our defense is good. I can give you all the coaches' speeches in the world, but
19 points in an arena game, or 18,
yeah,
or whatever.
them guys, and Orlando was down a player here or there. Not my problem.
Right.
So our defense is just lights out. Our coaches do such a good job. And then offense, when we could barely get on the field offensively and kind of get in the groove, because every time I turned around it was a pick six, or Markel Wade returned a missed field goal for a touchdown, and we're just kind of offensively sitting on the bench watching, just enjoying the game.
Coach, you and Sam and the players get a lot of the credit, as you should, for where you stand now a win away, but it's good organization. They're savvy, they're smart, they don't jump at the first sign of jump, they sit back, they see what's best. You know this, if the Sharks are playing indoor football, it's going to be the most viable of the viable leagues. It's going to give you the same entertainment value, and it's going to give you, the competition. And so the leagues and the letters and the affiliations can change, but through all that stability here in Jacksonville, that's not easy to achieve, as you know from coaching, at this brand of football for so long.
Well, yeah. Like I said, this is 20-plus years, and this is the best front office organization I've ever seen. And I would dare anybody to put it say otherwise. You know, just the way they handle it from the ownership to the front office, and I don't have to say it to be nice. I already have a job. So
and you're winning. You know, you're untouchable over there. You're Teflon.
No. Everybody can be let go. Everybody's replaceable. So,
sure.
But you know, they just do it right, and they genuinely care about the fan experience and care about the fans. They really do.
Yeah.
And I hear it. And it's an emphasis.
And the fans respond, and I know you appreciate that as a coach. I mean, what a crowd!
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But they put the effort into it, in the front office and in the sales staff. And it's a difficult week this week. Getting tickets is going to be hard. And I can tell fans now, as far as getting tickets, 904-621-0700. They are slammed. They all been here already. 7 a.m. I walked in there, and the office already working.
Yeah,
give us a
scouting report.
Championship Saturday.
I mean, they got Malik Henry, and Malik's playing well. He's playing well, but the last game we played them, we sat some guys, and they still only really technically scored 40 offensive points because one of them was a defensive touchdown. So I feel good. Anytime you can play at home and you can have a great defense, you have a chance to win the game. And when we do, and I mean, obviously offensively, we're playing extremely well all season. I mean, it's been good years, most points I've ever scored in a season. So we got a lot of things going for us, and I say it over and over. Our biggest opponent is ourselves. It doesn't matter who we play. If we go out there and just do us, we'll be holding a trophy up.
Well, we've been conversing with you since you first took the job. Gosh, last summer it feels like, and we've watched you along the way here, and here you're on the cusp of your first championship here in year one. I know you're here for the long haul as well. So here's hoping that you get off to a rocking start with a ring in year one, and hopefully we'll be revisiting and celebrating with you next Monday morning. How's that sound?
Absolutely, guys. I appreciate it. Remember, don't forget, people got to call the tickets, 904-621-0700, and I'll see everybody Saturday night, man. Guys, thanks for what you do.
All right, my man.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Good luck. Again, that number, you can go to jacksharks.com. You can hook up through there, but as Coach just said, 621-0700, 904-621-0700, and nothing like championship night, right? And, they'll wheel out that. It ain't the Lombardi. But they'll bring out a trophy and hand it to him if the shark under the confetti. Do you get a ring or what's the deal?
Yeah, they say I get some jewelry, man.
Okay.
Sure enough, I work for it.
Okay.
All right. Breaking news from Adam
Schefter.
Schechter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Schechter. Close enough.
The gray.
He is a gray. He's John to something. I don't know what's going on.
Andrew Thomas, who was really ripped as a rookie and second-year guy, and
rookie especially. I think
thought he was a bust, et cetera, et cetera. The Georgia offensive lineman has signed a 5-year, $117.5 million extension. Offensive line record, $67 million, fully guaranteed. Ties him to the G-Men through 2029.
The U.S. women's national team loses in soccer yesterday, and you made an interesting point. This must be a social media thing because I haven't. I've just kind of read the nuts and bolts reports on the game itself. But, I mean, it's not surprising. They were polarizing, right?
Very polarizing.
By their off-the-field, stances and statements and demands. And I think what happened, I said this earlier, and I'll synopsize it a little bit shorter this time, but I think the reason they turned off a portion of the fan base is they seemed to take all the credit for the evolution of women's sport, right? They were the ones, we deserve to be paid like the men. We're this and we're that. And they didn't... really what has made women's sports what it is in America, Dan, it's our generation of parenting and maybe a little older than us. We didn't accept the fact that little girls couldn't play softball while the boys play baseball. We didn't accept that there was boys soccer, and if your girl wanted to play, she had to play with them. We didn't accept all that. We made sports embraceable, popular, easy, affordable, and we made this country, made the path to women's success a lot easier than smoother than any of the other countries that they were beating as they established their dominance. I think yesterday in some way signals the end of that because now other countries have caught up. And as Team USA women built themselves into the power, the empire that they were, other countries were playing catch up. They didn't have the development. They didn't have hundreds of thousands of little girls playing sports in their countries. And now that happens more often. And so the world has caught up to that regard. And when it comes to some of the hard feelings, I think there is a belief among many that they got too big for their soccer shorts and that they took credit for what wasn't theirs, and then that they, not all, but some seem to dislike the country and the system that really is what gave them the ability to be as successful as they were. Because I promise you, a little 7-year-old in Colombia or Czechoslovakia or Saudi Arabia, she didn't get to play sports when she was 7. She didn't have parents encouraging and coaches developing. And when you seem to display disgust towards your own country, if you are representing them, then not the entire fan base is going to be behind you. So, on another end, it's certainly a changing in the guard. Megan Rapinoe was one of the best women's soccer players of all time. Her career's over, and she moves on.
It's Rapinoe.
Okay. Julie Ertz has indicated that she'll retire.
Yeah.
And so it's going to take this new wave. Shauna Smith, I believe is her name, and Rodman's daughter is one of the better players on the team. And hopefully we can get to a point that we can put away the silly social media and headline baiting and the CNN or Fox News perspective. And when you put on red, white, and blue, you're proud to put on red, white, and blue, and the country wants to root for you to represent your country.
That would be nice.
And it used to be that way. It wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to exist anymore because we seem to thrive on pointing out who hates who and how much they hate them.
I have an announcement to make.
Oh.
And I want to put it out there for the Googans.
Okay.
If you need representation, okay?
Okay.
If you need someone to stand up for your rights.
Okay.
And I have a lot of friends who are lawyers. My buddy Lee Lockett comes to mind. Know before you blow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, today, divorcemenonly.com.
Also. I feel like yours truly, Dan Hicken, is now ready to go into the courtroom.
Am now ready.
Yeah. I
is ready. I mean, you just lost your degree.
I have watched so much courtroom drama over the last couple of weeks.
Because your infatuation with Suits.
The Lincoln Lawyer.
Okay.
Suits.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can approach any case and now win it.
I would have liked to have been a lawyer. That would have been fun.
I am just offering up my services. I know that it's against the law, but I don't think it is. There's a guy on Suits, for example.
Well, hold on. You say, I know, but you don't think it is. Which is it?
Well, there's a guy on Suits, for example, who is not a lawyer, claims he went to Harvard, got his law degree, and is working as a lawyer.
Even though he doesn't have a law degree.
He does not.
Right.
It's a fraud.
Good.
But it works.
Is that what you're asking? A local?
I feel like I can do that right now if someone.
Are you saying a local firm should hire you as?
Put me on the shingle.
As a show monkey?
Put me on the shingle.
See, you're using a Suits phrase, and it just.
Oh no! Don't we hang a shingle? We've always said that. That's before.
It's the first time I've ever heard that.
You've
phrase
never heard
ever
you hang a
life.
shingle outside and you. That's what the lawyers do.
No. That's a new one.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think that's a Suits phrase. I think 100% you've heard that on Suits.
But I am officially ready to represent any Googan if they have any type of.
I would suggest to the Googans.
I will go to the courtroom.
Huh.
I will be Natalie attired. And I will ask for a continuance. Or
you'll object a lot.
We'll go to trial. I'll depose whoever needs to be deposed. I feel like I am now ready after watching
Suits
3 seasons and The Lincoln Lawyer 2 seasons.
It's all about Suits.
It's
Stop
not
with
all
the
about
Lincoln
Suits.
Lawyer.
It's
Lincoln Lawyer is not.
I watched 5 episodes of The Lincoln Lawyer
that's
Friday
not about,
night.
That's about usually just
with BWR.
one long case that involves a lot of drama. Like Suits, you're going through scenarios and different.
Yes.
I still haven't gotten into it yet. Suits. Haven't chosen it.
Anyway,
yet,
so if the Googans need
I watch
me,
terrible movies is what I end up doing. I end up watching just awful movies.
I just want them to know that I'm there for them and ready to roll.
I'll tell you how bad I am when you know how we always have these movies and they'll come up and I'll say I've never seen that one or I only saw it when it came out.
Uh-huh.
Like I saw a movie that I was told I guess was very popular at the time. This is literally from the 90s and I watched it for the first time this weekend.
I was talking to
this movie, The Fifth Element. Did you ever see that one with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I don't want to watch that. But
I'm just saying, I had never seen it before, and I happened to watch it this week.
I was talking to our buddy Matt Hinson, who is running our Tristan Bailey golf tournament in November. And like he sent me an email, and he has something I'm very jealous of.
What's that?
Something that I've wanted forever. Esquire.
Next to his name?
Yeah. So that would be another. I think if I go to court and make an appearance for one of the Googans, I could become Esquire.
Esquire sounds pretentious to me.
Oh, no.
If you put Esquire there, I don't like. In fact, I'm going to say this. Don't put Esquire next to your name.
Oh, I would. Dan Hicken, I'm already
Yeah.
MM.
Sounds very like
media mogul.
Euro.
I'm already AP.
You're
adjunct
way.
professor. I'm also DOPB.
You're starting to become FOY.
Duke of Pablo Bay.
Full of yourself.
But
you
now,
got 15 monikers. I mean, pick one, bro.
as you know, there are two that elude me in my life.
Yes, you want to be adjunct professor.
No, I already am.
Oh, you want to be
I want an
emeritus?
honorary doctorate, emeritus.
Well, yeah,
right?
professor emeritus. That's
Yes.
it. You can't become that because you're
Yes.
not near qualified enough.
Either that or an honorary doctorate.
That's kind of the same thing, is it not? If you get
Probably.
the honorary doctorate, do you become professor emeritus, or is professor emeritus based on your
I would
level of achievement?
You know, I would.
How's your fall semester shaking out?
I won't be used in the fall.
They banished you again. They said,
banished me
no
again.
thanks. Take a pass. We'll see you in spring. I mean, it
The
seems to be
students-
raging in popularity.
Yeah, I don't know. They demand it, and I'm shocked that.
Are you going to at any point ask for a raise? Or are you just going to just be happy with what you get?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would say this. I don't know what the tuition is.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the class cost.
I'm making
But
it
if you're
money.
getting twice as many students as when it was first offered, perhaps you should get a cut.
Double my salary.
Well,
makes sense.
I don't know if I would go that far, but
Do you feel sorry for Justin Thomas, or do you just like, hey, you had your chance?
I don't
mean,
feel either way. No, I thought I'd give him credit for grinding this weekend.
Uh-huh.
He really wants to make that Ryder Cup team. And to be honest with you,
Will he?
If I'm Zach Johnson, I put him on. You bet I do. You think I'm going to take Bryson DeChambeau and his flourish? No. I'm taking a guy who stood here and has been playing against the best of the best in the toughest of situations, not putting on shorts and playing in front of a band.
Yeah.
And by the way, 58's a 58. It's impressive that he did it.
Yeah.
But it's also a golf course where noted veteran tour players Stuart Appleby and Kevin Chappell shot 59 in PGA Tour events at the same golf course. That's not – so Bryson's 58 this weekend was –
Chappie got 59 up there.
Yes. But Bryson's 58 this weekend was more like if Matty Every went out to his home course with me, you, and another guy and shot 58. It'd be impressive. 58's 58.
Would he have the speaker on the cart with the music blasting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And again, I'm not taking it away from Bryson DeChambeau, but because you won a live event and shot 58,
You shouldn't put him on the Ryder Cup.
no,
then?
that doesn't all of a sudden. There's one guy that should be on the Ryder Cup from that tour.
Who's that?
Koepka.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason is this is fair. This is a competition where your competition edge has to be sharpened, and the live does not have a competition edge. I know live fans want to think it does. I'm not opposed to you watching live. I don't care. But I'm telling you that the competitor in you in live is not the same as Justin Thomas, as big a boy as anybody on that circuit, having to grind through just trying to make it into the playoffs or securing a Ryder Cup. And I think that those that stayed behind and supported the American Golf Institution of the PGA Tour are more American than those that went and took the Saudi money and got the freebie from live. So I would, me personally, if it's close, I'm going to go with the PGA Tour player. Yeah.
One more question before we go to break as we do a happy birthday shout-out. Jeff Prosser, who in the sports world turns 88 today? There aren't a lot of options, by the way.
This is, I mean, you want to talk about a broad question. All right, who in the sports world?
Yeah, five questions, real quick.
Okay, is it a former coach?
Yes.
Is it a football coach?
Yes.
88, huh?
Turns 88 today.
So he's still alive. Is it a I said is it a football coach, right? That was my second question. Is he more known for college or pro?
College.
88 years old, huh?
I should say yes or no questions, please.
But that's the same thing.
It is.
Okay.
Two questions left, and
yeah.
then your guess will be asked.
Okay. Did he coach in the SEC?
No. Last question.
Okay. Did he win a national championship?
No.
Okay, so it's an 88-year-old, non-championship winning college football coach who's a big enough name that I should know who he is.
He has a nickname. There's your clue. He has.
Is it Lee Corso?
Yeah, the baby!
It's a winner.
This is the drill.
The momentum train is moving in the right direction.
Everyone believed in everyone.
1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Mia here and my friends over at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned are fighting inflation and saving you even more. That pre-owned 2019 Toyota Corolla I told you about, it's no longer $1,000 down. It is now just $500 down and $288 per month. Or you choose a pre-owned 2020 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma, now just $500 down and $388 per month. With over 400 used cars in stock, plus more than 100 vehicles under $18K, Arlington is fighting inflation and saving you big time. Find out more at arlingtontoyota.com.
Taylor Dahl here for Renewal by Anderson. You will love your new custom windows and doors. For a limited time, buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. The first 50 callers get a free upgrade to TrueScene window screens, plus easy payment plans tailored to fit your budget. Offer expires August 31st. Restrictions apply. Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Matt Hayes here. Is it time to buy a new cooling system? Well, Fenwick Home Services makes it easy. Their comfort consultants come to your home and examine your home's unique needs. They recommend the best cooling system for you, your family, and your home. Plus, the installation can happen as soon as tomorrow. Fenwick also offers flexible financing options and industry-leading up to 12-year warranties. Book your next install at FenwickEasyBook.com. That's FenwickEasyBook.com.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Your home value is way up, and you can use that money right now. Pay off credit cards, remodel your house, both, whatever you want. Prosser here for Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto can convert that home equity into cash in as little as 2 weeks with no cost to you and zero hassle. Mike and Joan in Ponte Vedra called Loan Pronto. They did a Loan Pronto zero-cost cash-out refi. They got a check for $100,000, used $50 to pay off all their credit cards and a car loan, and used the other $50 to upgrade their master bath and kitchen. They locked in new APR in the 2s and lowered their total monthly bills by hundreds of dollars. Hello? What are you waiting on? Call Loan Pronto now. Convert your home value into cash and put that money to good use. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
If you're often tired, have trouble exercising, or your heartbeat feels irregular, you might have atrial fibrillation, or AFib. Left untreated, AFib can put a strain on your heart and increase your risk of a stroke. But the new Heart Rhythm Center at Baptist Health can help. With the latest treatment options for heart disorders like AFib, our team of specialists can get you feeling stronger again. Learn more at baptistjacks.com/AFib or call 904-202-2342.
Every championship season starts with training camp. From the practice field straight to you, nobody covers camp like 1010XL. Training camp coverage is brought to you by Roland Leash Plumbing and Kingfish Pest Control.
This is Hayes Carline for Kingfish Pest Control. Look, warmer weather now means mosquito, flea, and tick season is here. These pests are out for blood, but you don't have to let them win. Protect your home and family with Kingfish Pest Control. As a Kingfish customer myself, I know their products are safe for kids and pets. Plus, with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can relax knowing your yard is pest-free. Call today, mention the Jags to receive 10% off your initial service. That's Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, this is Lisa with the Freedom Boat Club. Welcome to a special edition of Insights into Marriage and Boating. We begin today with 2 journal entries, the first from the concerned wife. I can't understand why Jim seems so distant. He's normally attentive and considerate. We made plans last night for a fun evening of cocktails and dinner with friends. Jim didn't even seem to notice my cute little dress I purchased for the occasion. He just wasn't himself. He was distracted and troubled. It was obvious to our friends that something was very wrong. I asked Jim if he was feeling okay, if something happened at work. He just shook his head, didn't even look up. He was totally silent. I told him I loved him. He barely acknowledged me. We've been happily married for 10 years. I'm very worried. Could he be having an affair? Now, for Jim's journal entry, same day. Boat wouldn't start. I've tried everything I know. You'd never had that happen if you were a Freedom Boat Club member, and just maybe it could help your marriage. Contact us at freedomboatclub.com.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Ackerman Urology is now servicing the Beaches community. If you have elevated PSA, prostate, bladder, or kidney issues, plan to see the experts at Ackerman Urology right away at the new location on Atlantic and Hodges Boulevard.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Well, as you all know, it was a crazy weekend. And when things go that crazy, we look to our friend Emmanuel.
See what's happening to kind of put some labels on some stories. We call it trending. It's brought to you by Pet Paradise. Gang, if you haven't discovered Pet Paradise yet, why not? We've been telling you about it over and over. Don't settle for these imitators. You go with the innovators, and that's Pet Paradise. And Pet Paradise has so many awesome services that others just can't give you, as readily as Pet Paradise can. They've got everything from dog training to grooming, veterinary services. It's never hot or cold for your pet because they got climate-controlled suites and everything else, not to mention the staff that loves them. So there you have it. Pet Paradise. Go to petparadise.com.
Oh.
Here it comes. The top 5 this morning.
Number 5.
Earlier, Dan gave a pretty unique stat about Taylor Swift.
Yes, Tay-Tay.
What was that number, Dan?
Only 800 no-shows to 3 concerts in a row.
There's also this. It's a destination for them. They're not a bunch of Atlantans. They're coming from all over the country. So, sure, you're not going to no-show once you get all the way
why
there.
you're so negative towards Tay-Tay.
I'm not negative towards her at all. You're just like, I'm negative towards Peter King made a really dumb point, and you lapped it up and went with it. That's what I'm disappointed in.
Yeah.
And because of that,
I disagree.
Last week, I think I reported that Tay-Tay gave out like $5 million in bonuses to the truckers who helped out with her tour.
Okay.
Well,
that's kind of a different treatment than Lizzo gives her support
right?
staff. Yeah.
Well, the total numbers are in, and she's giving out a total of $55 million in bonuses.
That's great. Now, there is the fact that she makes about $1 billion, so it's all relative. That's like you tipping the pizza guy $4. I mean, I'll give her credit for doing what she should do, but it's about in line with what I gave the little girl from Papa John's on Saturday when I was batching.
In other news, Prost compares himself to T Swift.
100%. My percentage of my income went to that little girl from Papa John's just the same as it went from Taylor to the truckers.
Yeah, you could say that. There's something different about when you actually do hand out $55 million.
I think the little girl who got $12 from me was just as excited as the trucker was in the moment.
I don't know.
Number 4.
I disagree.
Well, you're more of a highfalutin than I am. I'm a simple man.
Does the name Blake Martinez ring your bell, gentlemen?
Yeah, he's a scam artist. He's a former NFL player. Didn't he get out of the game early? He was still in his prime? Well, now we know why. He had some scams he wanted to run.
He's a Pokemon guy.
Pokemon guy.
Yeah.
Well, Blake is being accused of scamming Pokemon cards.
Got to catch them all.
What do you mean scamming? What did he do?
Well, he's scamming collectors.
How? He's saying that he's going to give him one card and then he doesn't send it or whatever?
Like, the article doesn't say, but when I hear scamming, he's probably giving them fake cards or something to that nature because there's a market for that. Those
somebody had texted. Let me go to the text. Somebody texted in the specifics. He's been banned from the online marketplace Whatnot for allegedly scamming buyers. The company announced Martinez retired to focus on selling Pokemon cards while he's yet to comment on the ban. He said the scam addressed scam allegations after one of his employees was caught using sleight of hand tricks on a stream. Hey, whatever that is.
Oh, wow.
Pikachu.
Got to catch them all.
Number 3.
He did sell an extremely rare Pokemon card for around $600,000.
I bet he did.
And that's when he retired. This story kind of made me chuckle a little bit. It's like like, whenever you get a dog, it's supposed. Is it supposed to help protect the house?
National Dog Month.
I don't think
August.
so. To me, a dog is not. Its purpose isn't to protect the house. That's a side effect for some dogs. Even little ones will kind of be your alarm. They'll start yapping if anything's going on. But no, I don't think it's the dog's job to protect your house.
Well,
what happened?
Well, a burglar in California broke into someone's house. And then proceeded to steal a bicycle.
Okay.
And then the dog came in the garage and found him.
Fido.
The dog
Happy
was friendly.
Fido.
The dog was friendly.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You want a friendly dog.
Just all huggy-dovey.
The dog doesn't know the difference. If you're a friendly dog, he probably thinks it's Uncle Jim is visiting from Ohio.
The burglar spent some time with Fido.
I'm glad he at least can return the love, so the next burglar will get good treatment as well.
So he's like, I love you. You're such a good
Yeah,
dog.
dogs don't really have discernment, so I can't get mad at the dog. He doesn't know what. If there was like some code that the dog had to follow, that'd be one thing, but he's a happy, friendly dog. That's how he's going to be if someone shows up.
And then on the camera, you can hear the burglar.
They need to have that Biden dog. He's like some holy hound from hell, apparently. They put him in there. Ain't nobody getting through.
And then you can hear on the camera where the burglar's like, "Where's your daddy? Where's your daddy?"
I hate to give kudos to a burglar, but that's such are the times we live in.
Oh, man, it's funny.
Number 2.
Oh, so Skip Bayless finally found a replacement.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Who we got?
Lil Wayne.
We knew that's his buddy.
That's his buddy, and I've always said this, like, people's always gawking on how knowledgeable Lil Wayne is in sports. I don't see it. I don't see it.
You don't think he's that knowledgeable?
I mean, I don't see it.
Okay.
Not enough to be on a sports show like Undisputed or any sports show. Yeah, I think it's just because it's Lil Wayne. He's never wowed me with his knowledge of sports.
Okay. Now, is this like are they just talking about using him guest, or he's going to be with Skip?
No, he's going to be the weekly co-host.
With Skip?
With Skip.
I don't know about that one.
I don't
That's what I say as well.
Yeah.
They're just going to use the name, I guess.
Let me ask you something.
I mean, he's a big sports fan.
Will he do the SSW live on the air or no, after or before the show?
That's a good question.
Just ask.
I think both.
Okay.
Both.
Maybe just pop a gummy during the show.
He doesn't come off to me as a gummy guy.
Not a gummy guy.
No, he's going old school harsh, right? There's going to be tar involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Just a blunt.
Yeah,
just
fire up a blunt. We're not going to reorganize it chemically and chew on it like a Starburst. We're going full throttle.
He could change the whole narrative of sports talk. Perhaps we could come in here and then do the same on
his
camera.
THC intake's going to involve a carb. Yeah, and I don't mean that you eat.
By the way, this isn't number 1, E, but I wanted to mention this because I know it. I love it. Back to reality. Giselle's recharged from her magical Brazil trip.
I saw
Giselle is back. So I just wanted to make sure.
Jizzy is back.
After the Brady Shake romance.
Yeah. Well, Giselle is. One day she's going to wake up and say, "What the hell did I do? Why am I running around with a bunch of Latin lovers? I was married to the GOAT. What was I thinking?"
I hope Brady breaks up with Irina Shayk because I can't say her name.
I hope Brady has lots of romantic ventures with these women and sends Giselle a video of every one of them. Okay. That's what I hope.
All right.
Doing good, honey. How are the kids?
Number 1.
Oh,
cheated on him the whole way.
Ye's wife was out naked this weekend. I don't know if you saw that.
Of course I saw
Nason's
Of course I saw that. Saw it a couple of times.
You have 4 ratings on Rate My Professor RMP. They both have come in at awesome 5. So now you're batting 1,000.
Yes, thank you.
Although level of difficulty on your course between 1 to 5. 5 being most difficult, 1 being least difficult. A 1.4.
I'm surprised it's 0.4.
Well, a 1.4 equals people loving your. You figured it out. You played. It didn't take you long to figure out the professor game. I'll give you credit. And the kids are learning.
They learn.
He's placing them all over the First Coast and Sports Job.
I just saw my guy.
No one says anything.
I just saw one of my guys popped up this week in Panama City at the TV station.
Well, and we have one working here.
Yeah, Molly's here.
Yeah. There's another one got a job with the Jags. No.
Yeah. Celia. Yeah.
Show my man his props.
Thank you, Fred.
Oh, I know y'all seen this video, Jim.
Yes,
I got to do it again. Hold on. Here we go.
Number 1.
Several people detained after fight breaks out at Montgomery's Riverfront Park in Alabama.
Was that a racial fight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
All right. And it was on a dock, right?
It was on a dock, yes.
And the first fighter was a security guard, wasn't he?
It looked like a security guard. He was dressed like a security guard. I can't say that the articles didn't say that he was a security guard.
He seemingly was in with one guy, and then it seemingly got out of control on the other side.
Yeah, it got out of control. So basically, a boat was parked somewhere where it should not have been parked.
Right.
And the gentleman went and spoke to them and
says,
asked
"Hey,
them,
man, you can't park here.
You can't park here because their boat was supposed to be parked there."
Okay.
And things got out of hand quickly where they jumped. They jumped him.
Yeah,
they jumped him.
And then others came to his aid.
And it's not funny.
All right.
But there's parts of it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah.
He threw his hat up in the air.
Lots of jokes being made on social media, I see. So hopefully we can just, fight's a fight, whatever. But it's
like they assembled like the Avengers, and it was.
It was.
Like it's some semicircle formation.
He threw his hat up in the air like the bat signal, and it got on. A gentleman even he swam
It's like burgundy.
across.
She blew into a conch shell.
Yes. It definitely was.
Yes.
That's what's trending. Well done. We'll make the turn for home when we return right here.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. This is Duval. This is Jacksonville Sports Radio. 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Whether it's a large commercial project or a multifamily property, trust All Pro Roofing for exceptional craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We use only the finest materials, ensuring durability and long-lasting results. Plus, All Pro Roofing now has a full siding and windows division. That's right, All Pro Roofing is not just about roofs anymore. All Pro Roofing, now your trusted partner for commercial roofing, multifamily projects, exterior siding, and windows. AllProRoofingLLC.com.
License number CCC 1327056.
CDC 060138.
Clearwater.
John, I can't even mow my side yard. It's so soggy. Man, my builder sucks.
Brent, calm down. This is a common problem in neighborhoods where houses are built too close together. You need gutters and a properly installed French drain that will soak up subsurface water. We can completely dry it up.
So I can take my builder off my speed dial now, huh?
Yeah, we got you, buddy. Let that builder bitterness go.
Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage too.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter, Mr. Rooter.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 7, 1929, Yankees slugger Babe Ruth ties the MLB record by hitting a grand slam in consecutive games for the second time in 13-1 win over Philly.
Do you have a VA loan? In this housing market, homeowners with VA loans have access to a ton of instant cash. Hey, it's Prosser here. Do you need cash to pay off credit cards and other high-interest loans? Does a check for 80 or 90 grand sound about right now? Well, Loan Pronto is helping veterans every day get the money they need with a quick and easy zero-cost cash out refi with zero closing costs. With a VA loan, it's really cool because you can access up to 100% of your home's value. Use that money to pay off credit cards, home equity lines, car loans, consolidate all your payments into one check per month, and close in 2 weeks. Most homeowners who do this end up cutting their overall monthly payments by $800. Loan Pronto's all-digital process makes it fast and easy. They're doing loans with super low APRs, and they love working with veterans. Call now to see what your options are. Call Loan Pronto at 999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
What's the famous automotive philosophy? It means consistency across all 20 locations for friendly service, honest pricing, and realistic time expectations, so you know your vehicle is in good hands at any Famous Automotive and Famous Quick Lube.
People who suffer from arthritis are getting real pain relief with exciting biologic therapies at QC Kinetics.
The success rate is there, and there's no better way to treat yourself when it comes to dealing with pain.
Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics, who says they can't cure arthritis, but they can treat the pain.
If you think of the tide coming in and out on the beach and what it does, it erodes the sand, right? Can't stop the tide, but eventually when the sand or the beach gets bad enough, we backfill that beach with sand so that we get generations of enjoyment with that beach again. And the same thing happens with your knee or your shoulder or your hip or your back. We want to backfill the problems that have happened to this point. I'm not stopping the tide, so I'm not stopping the arthritis, but I want to get generations of enjoyment out of those joints again.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn more about how restorative biologic therapies can get you real and lasting joint pain relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Jaguar training camp continues, and head coach Doug Peterson was asked to identify a player who's showing a big improvement.
You know, I see Kevin Austin a little bit flashing and doing some really good things. I think Kevin's been the one that has done a really nice job kind of embracing that second year.
Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence commented on his decision to pass on the Netflix series Quarterback.
Decided to not do it this year. You know, that was just something where I feel like it's just not the right time for me.
Jaguars donated 250 helmets to 7 youth football teams at training camp. Tommy Johnson, president of Greater Jacks Pop Warner, talked on the impact.
Anything like this the Jaguars can do that helps our association is awesome.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet, keeping 1010XL rolling with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
Morning, Tone.
Good morning.
Monday morning, as we wrap up a grueling 3-day set of training camp. It's as grueling as it's going to be for today's training camp, really, these 3 days.
3 days in a row in pads, enough,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Alone.
What are you guys talking about today?
Dempsey's on his way back from training
Okay.
camp this morning, so we'll get his reaction to what he's seen.
Mhm.
Obviously, what everyone saw over the weekend as well. We'll talk to Demetrius Harvey in the second hour of the program this morning, as he's been out at camp every day. Our question of the day today, asking what is your reaction to Trevor Lawrence turning down the opportunity to be a featured player on season 2 of the Netflix series Quarterback. So just getting the reaction from the fans on that. Obviously, we'll look another free agent pass rusher down with Justin Houston signing in Carolina. Is that ever going to happen? And you have it on display right now in Jaguars camp. Tyson Campbell out, right now.
Right.
With a concussion. It's nothing serious, it doesn't sound like, but they'll be careful with getting him back onto the field.
He ain't playing Saturday.
No, there's
right?
no way he's
Yeah.
playing Saturday. But you see through a couple days of camp, okay, expanded opportunities for Tavon Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's where the roster's at.
Yeah.
With Tyson Campbell not on the field, is that now Tavon Campbell is the other guy on the outside, at least in camp. It exposes,
Yep.
you know,
Depth.
we talk so much about the edge rushers, right? And they need to add one. And I don't disagree that they could add one.
Sure.
I think corner,
good point,
just as big a deal potentially for this team as far as the back end of that cornerback depth chart.
All right, man. Well, have a great show.
Thank you.
It's coming up momentarily. It's Jaguars Today on a Monday.
Now-
Dempsey and Tony. Yep.
Let's peel back the curtain before we leave.
Yeah.
Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. We have converted, if you're watching us here online, you know that we've converted to like a new little set studio. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's more streamlined. And
Yeah.
they gave us, laptops, which Dan has never been real fond of. In fact, as a mogul will do, he made some demands last week that he be provided with a mouse.
I did.
I, on the other hand, was okay just to do it without a mouse.
Although I did say, and I was proud of myself that I really, over those 2 days,
Got better.
I learned.
sure.
I'm navigating on.
But
on
safe to
the
say,
laptop.
you wanted the mouse. I didn't really ask for one, but
Correct.
I would. So we come in. They
This has been here the whole time.
Yeah, they put mouses
or
on.
did it
I've
just
been
happen during the break?
No, the whole day they've been on, and I've been using the mouse, and he's had a mouse all day, and he hasn't used it. He's been using his computer, his laptop. So you never
honest
saw
to God,
me using mine. I mean, I've been just plugging away over here, Bubba.
This is not good.
Worry about you.
I just now.
Yeah. So you have
Here at 9:54 in the morning.
Yeah.
Noticed.
Right.
That there's a mouse connected
Which
to the laptop.
I don't want to say demanded and then put you in a negative light. You didn't
No.
throw a
Hissy
talent-based hissy fit.
I've
No.
done that, but
yeah, not in this case.
No.
You just simply said you'd rather have one, and
Yes.
Michelle, who always is helpful,
Yes,
said,
and
"I will
listens.
get you one."
Yes.
and
And
so
they
now,
did. Her and
and
Richie,
now the two, main computers here, they both have a mouse, which makes it a little bit easier. So I find it funny that you didn't notice the whole show.
I am one oblivious dude.
Sometimes that'll do it for the Monday Morning Quarterback. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy Jaguars Today coming up next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.